It's Thursday, October 9th. Reaching a deal, Israel and Hamas agree to the first phase of President Trump's peace plan.
Of course, it's good for the Alberta economy, and the argument that Alberta will make to the rest of Canada is that it's good for the rest of Canada as well.
A potential pipeline. Prime Minister Carney and President Trump discussed the possible revival of the Keystone XL pipeline. And puck drop here in Edmonton. The Oilers kick off their 2025-26 season against the Flames. Your morning starts right now. Good morning. Welcome in. Tansé, bonjour, bienvenue, however you say it. We are glad to have you here on this Thursday morning. Now, a bit of a chilly start. I wasn't quite ready to see my breath this morning, Corey, but that was the case. Please tell me it's about to warm up as we get in through the afternoon.
Yeah, we'll see the nice warm up as we go throughout the day, and probably a lot of people feeling the same when you step outside this morning. A little bit of a shock to the system, hanging around the freezing mark this morning, but we will warm up quite nicely. We have a lot of sun in the forecast for today. I have those details, your 3, 5, and 10-day forecast as we go throughout the next 3 hours. But first, Kim, what's coming up in this next half hour?
It's officially spooky season. Light your candles, wrap up in a cozy blanket. We're turning on the TV to watch our favorite Halloween episodes of TV shows from the past. Remember that thing in a few minutes. First, the news you need to start your day. Brendan, off to you.
Thanks, Kim. Developing news this morning, Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of the U.S. president's peace plan, putting a pause on the 2-year war in Gaza. Families of Israeli hostages held in Gaza celebrated the news. So did Palestinians, who are hoping this will bring a permanent end to the war. Under the agreement, Hamas will release all 20 living hostages over the next couple of days in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he'll convene his government today to approve the deal. Once that happens, Israeli forces will begin withdrawing from the majority of Gaza to an agreed-upon boundary. Hamas will then have 72 hours to release hostages. Hamas says the deal would also allow for the entry of aid into the region. World leaders are praising the peace deal, including Prime Minister Mark Carney. He expressed relief hostages will soon be reunited with their families, saying after years of intense suffering, peace finally feels attainable. He also called on all parties to swiftly implement all agreed terms to work towards a just and lasting peace. A pipeline bringing Alberta crude oil to the United States could once again be a reality. CTV News has confirmed the Keystone XL pipeline was a talking point Tuesday when Prime Minister Carney and U.S. President Trump met. According to someone with knowledge of the discussion, the topic was raised in conversation around linking energy between the two countries and was only in the context of getting relief on steel and aluminum tariffs. One economist says this is a topic where the two leaders can find common ground, and if it's developed, would open up more markets to Alberta.
If you can somehow find a way to get that pipeline capacity on board, of course, it's good for the Alberta economy. And the argument that Alberta will make to the rest of Canada is that it's good for the rest of Canada as well, which is why the hope is that the federal government would get behind supporting this.
Southbow, a spin-off company from TC Energy, who previously ran the project, says it supports efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude. The company also says it will continue to explore opportunities that leverage its existing corridor with its customers and others in the industry. The builder of the Valley Line LRT extension is celebrating a major construction milestone. The elevated portion of the line, which includes stops at the Misericordia Hospital and West Edmonton Mall, is nearing its completion. Over the next few days, a large crane that's been visible in West Edmonton for quite some time now will be hauled away. The city says the completion of the elevated guideway is a big milestone in the project. Construction in the area will continue over the next 2 years.
try to see what we can do to minimize the traffic disruptions on it, but again, it won't be as significant. We're not talking about full closures of intersections like we're done this year.
The city adds it's still on track for a completion date somewhere in 2028. The intersection on Stony Plain Road and 149th Street is now open again. It was partially closed to traffic in mid-August as part of the Valley Line West construction. The city says the reopening comes a week earlier than expected. As the Alberta-wide teacher strike moves into its 4th day, the province's lockout order comes into effect this afternoon. The reality is now setting in for many people who would normally be in the classroom. One household is being hit harder than most. Jeremy LaRose teaches high school in Vegreville, and Stephanie LaRose teaches grade 2 in Sherwood Park. The couple will have no income during the strike. They say they've known this could happen and tried to cut back costs throughout the summer. The union has told teachers to save a month's income just in case. If the strike lasts for 2 weeks, or 2 more weeks rather, Jeremy says he'll have to start looking for work.
Much like being a teacher and my willingness to do whatever I can for my students, I'll do whatever I can for my family.
My heart breaks for not being in that classroom, not supporting these kids, not being there for the ones that struggle, and not being able to help and support.
Despite the difficulties now, the LaRoses say the strike hardship will be worth it in the end. They say many of their colleagues are in similar situations. The Edmonton Oilers dropped the puck on the 2025-26 season last night, welcoming rivals the Calgary Flames to town. Brian Nugent-Hopkins kicked off the festivities for the Oil, all part of a 3-point night for the Oilers' assistant captain. However, a third-period misplay between Evan Bouchard and Stuart Skinner sent this one the distance, knotted up at 3s. And sadly, Nazem Kadri played the hero in the 8th round of the shootout right there. Flames down the Oil 4-3. Edmonton is back in action Saturday night against Vancouver. Now, the Oilers also receiving some early season reinforcements last night's mid-game, actually. The team signing forward Jack Roslovic to a 1-year pact at $1.5 million. Last season, the 28-year-old registered 22 goals and 39 points with the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, a bit of a chilly start to the season for the Oilers, and Corey, a bit of a chilly start to the day, but things warming up throughout our Thursday and then into Friday. Going to be a pretty nice end to this week.
Yeah, the forecast for today, tomorrow looks really nice, and then the weekend, a bit of a shift. It's a long weekend. It's going to be a bit of a chilly one, especially Sunday and Monday. As we take a look at our almanac for today, our high, 16. Average seasonal high, 12 degrees, so back above average. Yesterday, we were right around seasonal for our daytime high. As we take a look at currents, we are at the freezing mark here in the city. Wind is light. At the airport, temperature there, -3, so cooler in outlying areas. We are seeing some negative values, so be prepared for that when you step outside this morning. We will warm up quite nicely, though, for today. Lots of sun, wind light, a high of 16. Your 3-day forecast for tomorrow, breezy, 3 to start, 19 for a high, mainly sunny. And then Saturday, we see the cloud build in. So we go throughout the afternoon. There's a chance that we could see some showers, possibly even some wet flurries, a high of 8 degrees. And then Sunday, we're going to be in the lower single digits. I'll have those details, your 5- and 10-day forecast still to come. Kim.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Corey. As cooler weather, as you saw there, tees off, the season for City Run golf courses comes to a close. The last day for golfing at Victoria, Rundle, and Riverside is Monday, October 13th. So some golfers we spoke with say the end it's coming too soon.
I'm very, very sad about golf coming to an end. The course has been in magnificent shape all year. Look at it. It's still perfect, and yet we have to stop. I don't know why. I don't see any snow. But you know what else I'm really going to be sad about? I'm going to miss Kevin.
That might be my best of the week right there. Kevin and Rudy can still hang out at Victoria. The driving range will stay open, weather permitting. Such great pals. Love it. A local dry cleaner is stepping up to help ensure everyone can keep warm this winter. Paige the Cleaner has taken over this year's Coats for Kids and Families donation drive after the United Way stepped back from the program. They're looking to collect clean, gently used or winter wear of all sizes for kids and adults.
Right now, our locations are open for drop-off, so if people do have coats to donate, they can drop them at one of our 2 locations, either Edmonton or St. Albert, but there's going to be lots of other places to drop them.
A list of those drop-off locations will be updated on the company's website. The drive takes place between October 15th and November 30th. It's 10 minutes after 6. It's time to celebrate the spooky spirit and eerie elegance of Halloween. CTV Your Morning is on the hunt for the most hauntingly creative neighborhood displays, and one lucky winner will receive a grand prize of a $500 gift card to Big Box Outlet Store. Submit your photos by going to ctvedmonton.ca, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Let's go over to Devon, Alberta, where Mike Clandell sent this in. He's got a Pirates of the Caribbean theme happening, Brendan, and you're new to the show, so you must know one thing about me. It's not that I don't like inflatables, it's just that I'm a huge fan of wood cutouts, because you put so much effort into it. It's not store-bought. It's something that's very unique, and I think him and his wife did such a fantastic job with their display. What do you think? Out of 10.
Absolutely incredible, Kim.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a throwback. So Brown Crescent, a street in the Eastview neighborhood in Saskatoon where I grew up, all Charlie Brown wooden cutouts.
Love
and
that.
They have the Halloween version and then the holiday Christmas version as well. So.
Nice, good. And I'll tell you this, last year's winner of our Christmas contest, they also did wood cutouts of Charlie Brown crew, and we absolutely loved it. So if you have wood cutouts, guys, on your front lawn, send them in. Go to the CTV Edmonton website.
A little bonus for the cutouts. Now shifting to a look at traffic. Total closure for pavement marking today only 41st Ave from 170th Street to Chappelle Way, 156th Street. Total closure for emergency glass line replacement. That closure on until October the 13th. And 104 Ave eastbound lane closures for power replacement until the 27th. Those closures between 102 Street and 101 Street. Still ahead, why the Canada Post Union is taking aim at Purolator. And the Blue Jays advance to the second last round of the MLB playoffs for the first time in 9 years.
Here's a look at your Edmonton gas prices coming down from yesterday, $1.21.4. The highest gas price also coming down, it's $1.33. Lowest gas price in the city is the Costco on 149th Street at $1.12.9. But just outside of the city, the Nisku Costco, $1.09.9.
Gas prices brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back, folks. The federal Liberals have tabled a new border bill after the first one was heavily criticized.
We felt that essentially putting forward a second bill that carves out the more contentious elements of Bill C-2 will enable us to get swifter passage of the bill.
The original bill, known as the Strong Borders Act, was tabled back in June. The government faced pushback from both opposition parties and a group of more than 300 civil society organizations. The bill was in response to U.S. President Trump's accusing Canada of poorly defending the shared border from drug smugglers. Critics raised concerns over human rights and privacy. The new bill is similar to the first, with the most contentious elements removed. The public safety minister says he expects the new bill to garner broader support in Parliament. A judge in Manitoba has stayed all charges in a sexual assault case involving Peter Nygard.
Obviously, he's satisfied with the outcome.
The judge ruled Nygard's right to a fair trial was violated by police who didn't keep record of their first interactions with the complainant in the case. A woman alleges she was sexually assaulted by Nygard at his Winnipeg warehouse in 1993. She spoke to police about a week after the alleged incident, but didn't press charges. She later came forward in 2020. Nygard is currently serving an 11-year sentence after he was found guilty on 4 counts of sexual assault in Ontario. The union representing Canada Post workers is now taking aim at Purolator. Canada Post owns 91% of Purolator. According to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, the Crown Corporation has been pushing business its way. The union says when postal workers were bargaining for fair wages and better working conditions, Purolator was offering small business customers steep discounts. Meantime, Federal Jobs Minister Patty Hajdu is urging the union to respond to the Crown Corporation's latest offer. She says the two parties have a responsibility to find a way through the labor impasse. Postal workers have been on strike for 3 weeks now, the third job action they've taken in less than a year. The Blue Jays are headed back to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 9 years after closing out the Yankees last night.
Lucas shoots one into center field. He's come through. Clement to score. Jimenez right behind him.
What a hit. Nathan Lucas coming up with that big hit, driving in the winning runs in the top of the 7th. It was pretty electric, folks. The Jays bullpen combined to hold the powerful Yankees lineup to just 2 runs on the night. Closer Jeff Hoffman struck out Cody Bellinger to seal the 5-2 win.
The Yankee lose. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Oh, I could make that my cell phone ringtone. Yankees lose. Game 1 of the ALCS is Sunday against Detroit or Seattle. Those tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m.
6:22, you're taking a live look at downtown Edmonton. What you can't see is how chilly it is to start off this morning. The city is looking nice and bright, but it is feeling cool throughout the province. We're sitting at the freezing mark right now. The airport, last time we looked at it, was at -3. We have -3 in Grand Prairie, -4 at Peace River. Cold Lake, Lloydminster, Fort McMurray were quite warm to start off yesterday morning. Not the case today, -1s and then 2 for Fort McMurray. As we take a look at sky conditions, we saw a lot of clearing throughout the later yesterday and the early morning hours. So fairly clear sky throughout much of the province. A little interference on the satellite there, but that is clear sky over central areas as well. So it's going to be nice and bright as we start off the day today, and it's going to be nice and sunny as we go throughout the day. This ridge of high pressure that's built in is going to keep the cloud out of the region and allow warm air to come in. So although we're quite chilly to start off, we are going to be quite nice as we get into the afternoon. 16 for a high for today. Average seasonal high is 12. Lots of sun, wind light, a great Thursday forecast.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center Newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are taking you to the Bronx. Jays Yankees Game 4, Dalton Varsho pops one up down the left field line. Cody Bellinger has got a beat on it, and he goes all the way across. The sliding grab, an amazing catch from Bellinger, and it was landing in fair territory too. That saved at least 1 run. Didn't help them in the series as the Jays would go on to win and clinch the divisional round, but it is your must-see moment from Wednesday. And come to now on TSN, we got a little Thursday night football for you. We have the Eagles and Giants in action. Pregame for that one gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
TSN Must-See Moment, brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Remember that thing? Welcome, Brendan. This is going to be a good time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and a great theme to kind of ease me into your morning. So baby steps, folks.
Spooky season, it means we're cuddling up, watching scary movies, but something I also love to do is revisiting my favorite Halloween specials on TV. Yeah. So cozy up, guys. We're going to go back to the OG, back from 1966.
You heard about Fury and a Woman Scorned, haven't you? Yes, I guess I have. Well, That's nothing compared to the fury of a woman who has been cheated out of tricks or treats.
So, folks, scary season. Most people are going horror movies, and I'm pretty soft. So I'm going with It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It used to be on TV every year. It was a part of my childhood. It really epitomizes everything Halloween that I remember as a kid. Maybe not as much as the candy, but pretty close. Yeah. The special obviously follows Linus as he waits in the pumpkin patch for the mythical Great Pumpkin to appear. I mean, who didn't want to meet the Great Pumpkin as a kid? I'm not going to say for sure, but I may have even written a letter to the Great Pumpkin as a kid.
That's adorable. That's very cute.
Looking for brownie points on day one.
My favorite Halloween episode was from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
What are you supposed to be? My idol, Macaulay Culkin.
This one's called Hex and the Single Guy. It's the one where Hillary drags the family to a psychic for a seance to say goodbye to her fiancé, for Trevor. But the standout for me, of course, is Carlton's costume. Their butler, Jeffrey, was hilarious, too. And then we'll have something a little more recent from Corey.
This year, I decided to really get into the spirit of Halloween. It may have been the costliest decision I've ever made.
In season 9, episode 5 of The Office, Dwight gets his head stuck in a pumpkin while trying to prank Aaron. One of the reasons I love The Office is because of all the times they played tribute to Halloween, and they always delivered comedy with it, too.
I just want to keep rolling this. It's so good.
Amazing.
This is actually like one of the best cold opens, and I know it's like the Halloween one, but it's like, it's so good.
Yeah, and whether it was Halloween or Christmas, The Office does such a fantastic job with those holidays.
They deliver, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of great episodes of TV shows that we're not mentioning, but that's because we want you to fill in the blanks, okay? Text us at 10400. What are the best Halloween episodes of your favorite TV shows? And I always like good recommendations because this is how I'm going to spend the next 3 weeks, like just different streaming mediums. I love it. So text us at 10400, everyone. Back after the break.
Programming brought to you by the music of Star Wars with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
Good morning and welcome in. I'm Brendan Purdy, pinch hitting for Kent Morrison. He'll be away for a couple of days, and a couple of good days to be away because a chilly start. So, Corey, it seems that I brought with me some cold weather to the morning show here in Edmonton.
Yeah, at least a cold start, but we will warm up quite nicely as we get into the afternoon today. Back above seasonal we go, and with that, a lot of sun. So be prepared. You may need layers today. Very chilly to start. A nice afternoon coming our way. I have those forecast details coming up in about 6 minutes. Kim, what's coming up in this next half hour?
From a dog who'll sleep anywhere but a dog bed to a group of quadruplets bringing 4 times the fun. Our sidebar stories coming up in a few minutes. First, the news you need to start your day. Brendan, back to you.
Thank you, Kim. We are tracking reaction this morning to the possibility of the revival of the Keystone pipeline. CTV's Nicole Lampa has more on this. Nicole, how did this all come about?
Brendan, it was apparently brought up between Prime Minister Mark Carney and U.S. President Donald Trump earlier this week.
Prime Minister, did you and Mr. Trump agree to revive the Keystone XL pipeline?
Very good discussions on a wide range of issues, and I look forward to talking to Parliament.
Carney was in Washington Tuesday for trade talks with Trump. A source with knowledge of the discussion says reviving Keystone was mentioned in the context of more energy cooperation linked to relief on steel and aluminum tariffs. The Keystone pipeline was proposed in 2008 to carry oil from Alberta's oil sands to the United States. The province says if it was completed, it would have added $2.4 billion to Canada's GDP. It was canceled in 2021 by U.S. President Joe Biden. An economist says the current U.S. administration is open to reversing that decision.
The president is going to be a little more open to the idea of energy flows from Canada than maybe the previous administration was. And so if you're looking to try and find common ground, which is really what this meeting was all about, then this is an easy way to find common cause.
TC Energy in Calgary started Keystone. Its pipeline spinoff Southbow says it's not privy to conversations between the governments. A spokesperson saying Southbow is supportive of efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude oil. Now, we've reached out to the Premier Danielle Smith's office for reaction, and we're still waiting for that. Saskatchewan's Premier Scott Moe supports the move. We'll hear from him in half an hour. Brendan.
All right, thank you for that, Nicole. Our Nicole Lampa live in studio for us this morning. The Premier has issued new mandate letters to the 4 ministers with healthcare portfolios. Earlier this year, the province began splitting up Alberta Health Services into 4 separate portfolios. The new mandates include reducing wait times, transferring non-acute patients out of hospitals, and creating more choice for preventative services and screenings. The outgoing president of the Alberta Medical Association says she doesn't have much confidence in the overhauled health system.
We've seen a system that was quite well integrated, albeit not perfect, but very well integrated, be completely dismantled. And now we have a system that nobody really knows how to maneuver. We really should only have one health minister and one mandate letter.
The 4 new ministries are primary and preventative health service, hospital and surgical health services, mental health and addiction, and assisted living and social services. Canada's BOLO program is taking a new approach as they update their 25 most wanted fugitives across our country, including one man wanted by Edmonton police. Volunteers dressed up as the 25 most wanted at a news conference, including 30-year-old Saeed Osman. Osman facing 2 first-degree murder charges in 2 separate shooting cases. The BOLO program's website has also been updated with top 25 fugitives mugshots now moving using generative AI.
These fugitives, they're among us right now. So we need to give, if we ask people to be on the lookout, it's got to be user-friendly. So we're trying to make this as real as possible.
A $50,000 reward is being offered for Osman's arrest. The University of Alberta has a new state-of-the-art microscope capable of revealing the smallest details of cells, proteins, and viruses. The $8 million microscope can view molecules just 1/10 of a meter in size. Data that once took months or years to analyze can now be processed in a matter of hours.
This isn't just a new piece of infrastructure. It's a game changer that will fundamentally redefine the future of drug discovery and viral research in our province.
The U of A says the microscope will help researchers explore human diseases and create drugs and vaccines to combat them. Scientists at the University of Calgary want your toenail clippings for a study, exploring the link between radon gas and lung cancer. Radon is the 2nd leading cause of lung cancer after smoking. When radon decays in the body, it leaves behind lead-210, a radioactive byproduct. It can be detected in hair along with finger and toenails. Researchers say because toenails grow more slowly, they provide a better read of longer-term exposures. The team has already studied 40 samples from Canadians. They found high levels of lead matched people living in homes with higher radon readings.
We now can actually gene sequence the tumor and look at the pattern of mutations there and say, absolutely, that is the tobacco-induced cancer mutation signature. We want to be able to do that for radon. If all of that works, we should have the ability to add in a person's long-term radon exposure to the criteria used right now to assess a person's risk.
New funding from the Canadian Cancer Society will expand the study to 10,000 participants across Canada. All right, Corey joining us now with a look at weather. And Corey, maybe a day, well, not quite, but we're flirting with that temperature where you're going to be wanting to cover up those fingernails when you get out the door to work or school.
Yeah, probably a lot of people may be wanting to wear gloves today. It's chilly to start off. We're sitting at 0 here in the city. The airport -3. But But we are going to warm up quite nicely as we get into the afternoon. We've got a lot of sun in the forecast. Our high for today is 16. Yesterday we were at 12 degrees, which is average seasonal high. Low today, we'll probably lose a degree, so about -1. Average seasonal low is 1. 0 in Stony Plain, -3 at the airport, -2 Elk Island, and 0 at the Blatchford Station. Temperatures within the city ranging from -1 in Summerside to 1 in Beverly, as well as Lewis Estates, St. Albert at 1 degree. So a little bit of a range. We will warm up quite nicely, but it is going to be a chilly morning. Wind light as we go throughout the day. Lots of sun. Overall, a pretty nice forecast for the day today. So take a look at your 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, 3 to start, breezy. 19, mainly sunny. Saturday, cloud moving in as we get into Saturday late morning in the afternoon. We could see some showers, possibly some wet flurries, a high of 8. And then Sunday, 0 to start, 3 for a high, windy. -6 on Monday to start, 4 for a high. So the second half of the long weekend is looking a bit on the cold side. Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills, the possibilities endless. Today's code word is relax. Head to the contest page on ctvedmonton.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter relax with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Edmonton's $20,000 giveaway. Tune in tomorrow for another code word. Good luck.
All right, thanks, Corey. Now for a look at traffic, 79 Avenue at 116th Street. It's total closure, for a crane lift today from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. 132 Ave at Delwood Road, another total closure for road rehab. This closure until the 26th of this month. Now 115th at Jasper Avenue, closed for construction until November 15th. Kim?
All right, thank you very much, Brendan. Well, coming up, from a dog who likes to take household items to bed to a group of quadruplets bringing 4 times the fun. Our sidebar stories are right after the break. And a little later, we'll let you know how long you might be able to hit the links this season as some chilly weather rolls in. Also ahead, a groundbreaking surgery giving hope to the nearly 1 million Canadians waiting for a heart transplant. The news you need is on the way.
Wake up with Your Morning Edmonton. Brought to you by CIR Realty. Making real estate easy in Edmonton, Red Deer, and Central Alberta.
It's time for our sidebar, and we have some fun stories for you. Most dogs sleep with a toy or a blanket. Not this pup. He prefers household items.
Duke is a thief. Dukey, honey, you can't have that. We never know. Office and Duke. Oh boy.
I love Duke. The Golden likes bringing household items to his bed at night, from a whiteboard to a laundry basket to a bell, even a purse. If he sees it, he'll take it. His owners believe that the stealing senior does it for security after being rehomed multiple times. Oh, okay. His family says they wouldn't change a thing. Let him have whatever he wants then, yes.
Okay, I get the purse, but the other items like the whiteboard, very uncomfortable to sleep with.
Not a good thing to cuddle with.
Either way, very cute. We like it.
I have so many questions about Duke. I love that dog, but where was he pulling that whiteboard from?
I know, from the wall.
This is some serious effort. Alrighty, folks, so we'd love to spoil our pets, but grandparents, they love to spoil their grandkids, and this next pair go all out when it's their turn to take the kids.
It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder.
They arrived in a decked-out golf cart, pour some fancy juice in champagne glasses before handing out cookies. And this is just picking the kids up. I can't imagine what they have planned for sleepover nights.
No kidding.
Wow.
That's the thing. Grandparents, they are able to spoil all their grandkids as much as they want, and then they can give them back by the end of the day.
Loaded up on the sugar.
Loaded up on sugar. Good luck. That's right. Now for a dose of baby cuteness. Today, we're bringing you 4 times the regular amount. I guess we know who the funny one in the family is. Yeah, these quadruplets just started playing together and can't stop laughing at their silly sister who pretends to fall for fun. This is absolutely adorable. It's like, you're hilarious. You're clearly the fun one. Very cute. So we got a good golden retriever video. We have some cute babies and some very spoiled kids in Sidebar stories today.
That was a pretty wholesome sidebar, I must say.
We like to keep it that way. We like to keep it that way. Keep texting us your favorite TV Halloween episodes. That's what we're talking about for Throwback Thursday on Remember That Thing. Text line is 10400. We're back after the break.
World Sight Day is today, and it brings attention to blindness, vision impairment, and the importance of eye care. To mark the day, Specsavers Canada released its first ever Canada Eye Care Report 2025. Naomi Barber, Clinical Services Director, is here with more. Good morning to you, Naomi.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you with us. This is a very important subject. Why don't you start off by telling us about the purpose of the Canada Eye Care Report 2025?
Sure. Specsavers is on a mission to reduce avoidable blindness caused by undiagnosed eye disease. So this was a first and really big step for us to truly understand the perceptions, the attitudes of Canadians towards routine eye exams, and to really understand the barriers that exist to Canadians accessing an optometrist. So lots of interesting information has come through this report. We're really pleased.
Okay, and what was revealed in the report that Canadians might be surprised to learn?
There was lots, but I'll pick a couple of really interesting ones. The first was that 1/3 of Canadians are overdue for their eye exams. This was particularly affecting children and seniors, but actually everybody sits in the camp of needing to understand more about the importance of routine eye exams. The second really interesting one was that over half of people who responded to the survey that we conducted said that cost was a concern for them when it came to visiting an optometrist and having an eye exam. And a lot of this relates towards confusion around coverage, whether this is private third-party insurance, provincial insurance, and concerns or misunderstanding about what costs might be. So something to think about as we move forward on our mission. And the third really interesting and possibly most critical area is that 42% of people said that if they had a problem with their vision, they felt they would know about it. And we know as optometrists that simply isn't true. In fact, many of the major sight-threatening conditions can progress slowly and steadily with no symptoms. And so it really has shown us how important it is to talk about what optometrists do and what is entailed in a comprehensive eye exam, including OCT.
Wow, some very interesting information. And what's one thing you would like Canadians to take away from the report?
I think really when it comes down to the heart of it, what we want to do is put eye exams on the roadmap for people, make this a routine habit. And this is important whether or not you're starting school as a child, whether you're a healthy adult, whether you're someone living with another systemic condition like diabetes, or whether you're a senior. There are so many areas of eye health that are important for you to understand regularly over the course of your lifetime. And it is only through comprehensive eye exams and seeing an optometrist that you can fully take care and protect your eyes for the future.
And speaking about eye exams, can you share about optical coherence tomography and why it's a key test during an eye exam?
Yeah, first of all, well done, you got that right on point in terms of optical coherence tomography. This is a particular 3D advanced scan, and this allows optometrists to look in detail at the layers at the back of the eye and ultimately detect eye conditions at their very earliest beginning. So this is a key component of a comprehensive eye exam at Specsavers, included in all standard eye exams, and this allows optometrists to have great conversations with everybody about the status of their eye care and to protect and monitor that over time.
Lastly, Naomi, do you have any advice for someone who thinks their eyesight is okay and doesn't think they need an eye exam?
Go and get it checked by an expert anyway. I think many people will both be educated and informed and excited to learn more about their eyes through an eye exam. Optometrists are equipped with all the information and knowledge that you need to know about your eyes, but don't leave it to too late. Don't leave it to the point where vision is blurry or you're feeling that something might be wrong, because it might be too late at that point. So please do get out there and see an optometrist regularly.
Naomi, thank you so much for this great information this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
For more information about eye health, visit spectators.ca. The information provided is for reference only. Please contact an optician or optometrist before making any decisions.
It's a life-saving Canadian first. Doctors in Ontario performed a groundbreaking transplant with a donor heart that had stopped beating. The procedure gives hope to nearly 1 million Canadians living with heart failure, many waiting for a transplant. We'll learn more after 7.
Programming brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
It is 6:56 on Thursday morning as we take a live look at downtown Edmonton. A pretty quiet start to the day. Can't feel it, though, if you're inside. It is chilly out there. You'll notice it when you step outside. We are sitting at the freezing mark, -3 at the airport. So you might need some layers today, because we will warm up quite nicely and we will be under sunny sky. Just a very chilly start. -4 in Peace River, -3 Grand Prairie. Fairly clear sky throughout the province to start off, and it will be clear throughout the day today for much of the province. It's going to be nice, bright, and sunny. That's the case for us. Our high for today, 16 with light wind. Tomorrow, a bit breezy. 19 tomorrow, mainly sunny, and then the weekend sees a bit of a change. We see our temperature drop for Saturday, only a high of 8. Windy. We could see some scattered showers as we get into the late morning and afternoon, possibly some wet flurries, and that's the cold front coming through, dropping our temperature for Sunday. Windy and a high of 3. -6 to start for Monday, 4 for a high. And then we start to see our temperatures climb a little bit. Overnight lows still quite chilly as we go throughout next week. By Thursday, Friday, we could see highs of around 11 degrees. It is October 8th, and we have these milestones to share. Wishing Mila a happy first birthday. Love, Mommy and Daddy.
Little teeth there. I love a good gummy smile. And a belated happy 80th birthday to Ray. Wow. Love from your family and, of course, all of us here at Your Morning Edmonton.
Submit your milestone at ctvedmonton.ca under Your Morning. You could win a $100 gift card to Coolman's Greenhouse, which we draw for every week.
Time for Morning Mystery, and we are going food this morning.
Yay!
It's a cheese, and it can be made from milk from cows, sheep, or even goats. Okay.
That's the cheese we're looking
type
for.
Of cheese. It is a type of fungus added to it called penicillium.
Okay. Oh, the new guy is writing something
already.
down.
That was deep in thought.
Yeah.
Popular varieties include Gorgonzola, Stilton, and Danish Blue.
It'd be weird if I just called it moldy cheese, but is it just blue cheese what we're looking for?
Yeah, I went feta,
moldy?
but
I went moldy.
Moldy?
Blue cheese,
blue
yay!
Cheese, hooray!
Nice. Oh, that's definitely, I think you either like that one or you don't.
Okay, what are you guys, your opinions on stinky cheese?
No, thank you.
No thanks, Corey?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, same. I'm on Brendan's side.
100%.
A good charcuterie? Come on, with like the stinkiest cheese and then like an apricot.
Keep it off the board.
Oh my gosh. You and I are not partying this Halloween.
Well, you know what? You'll get all the stinky cheese. I'll take all the other stuff.
No, for sure. Yeah. The news you need to start your day begins right now.
It's Thursday, October 9th. Reaching a deal, Israel and Hamas agree to the first phase of President Trump's peace plan.
Of course, it's good for the Alberta economy, and the argument that Alberta will make to the rest of Canada is that it's good for the rest of Canada as well.
And a potential pipeline. Prime Minister Carney and President Trump discussed the possible revival of the Keystone XL pipeline. Plus, puck drop in Edmonton. The Oilers kick off their 2025-26 season against the Flames. Your morning starts right now. morning. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Brendan Purdy. I'm pinch hitting for Kent. He'll be back early next week. And of course, welcome to your Thursday morning. Edmonton. Developing news this morning. Prime Minister Mark Carney is praising a peace deal between Israel and Hamas. From Tel Aviv to the Gaza Strip, celebrations are underway across the region. The agreement paves the way for a pause in fighting and the release of the remaining hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. It comes days after the 2-year anniversary of the October 7th attack by Hamas. We'll have more details on the deal from CTV National's Jeremy Sharon in just a few minutes' time. Now, here at home, the revival of the Keystone pipeline is now a possibility, sources say. This was discussed between Prime Minister Carney and U.S. President Donald Trump earlier this week. CTV's Nicole Lampa has a reaction to this. Nicole, has Premier Smith weighed in on it?
Brendan, earlier this week, while on CTV's Power Play, prior to Carney's meeting with Trump, Premier Danielle Smith said she's heard from her U.S. counterparts that they are interested in restarting it, saying that it could potentially lead to the sale of an additional $1 million or $2 million of oil a day to the United States.
Prime Minister, did you and Mr. Trump agree to revive the Keystone XL pipeline?
Very good discussions on a wide range of issues, and I look forward to talking to Parliament.
Carney was in Washington Tuesday for trade talks with Trump. A source with knowledge of the discussion says reviving Keystone was mentioned in the context of more energy cooperation linked to relief on steel and aluminum tariffs. The Keystone XL pipeline was proposed in 2008 to carry oil from Alberta's oil sands to the United States. The province says if it was completed, it would have added $2.4 billion to Canada's GDP. U.S. President Joe Biden canceled it 4 years ago. An economist says Trump is open to reversing that decision. Saskatchewan's premier is hopeful that happens.
That would really provide us with some tremendous opportunities to expand a number of industries, not just the oil and gas industry in Alberta and Saskatchewan, but open up some rail capacity for us in the potash industry, for us in the agricultural industry.
TC Energy in Calgary started Keystone. Its pipeline spinoff Southbow says it's not privy to conversations between the governments. A spokesperson saying Southbow is supportive of efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude oil. Now, while the Prime Minister's office and sources say rather that the initial conversation in regards to Keystone happened, it's just initial talks. They say the Premier says that earlier this week that there may be federal announcements coming from the Major Projects Office in a few weeks. We'll have more on this part of the story in half an hour. Brendan.
Thank you for that, Nicole. Our Nicole Lampa live in studio for us this morning. One of Edmonton's former mayors says he believes an incoming council needs to set clear direction for the city and show decisive leadership.
I think this is a very crucial election. I mean, I think we're floundering. I think our city's got problems that aren't being coped properly with, and we need people at the helm can do the kind of things and can make the kind of changes and include the kind of people to make a difference in the future of our city.
Stephen Mandel was Edmonton's mayor from 2004 to 2013. He oversaw the deal to build a downtown arena, which is controversial for the amount of money the city put into that project. Mandel says downtown is an area that continues to be a problem. He says the incoming council needs to build better relationships with groups like the police and the province. The builder of the Valley Line LRT extension is celebrating a major construction milestone. The elevated portion of the line, which includes stops at the Misericordia Hospital and West Edmonton Mall, is nearing completion. Over the next few days, a large crane that's been visible in West Edmonton for quite some time will be hauled away. The city says the completion of the elevated guideway is a big milestone in the project. Construction in the area will continue over the next 2 years.
Try to see what we can do to minimize the traffic disruptions on it, but again, it won't be as significant. We're not talking about full closures of intersections like we're done this year.
The city adds it's still on track for a completion date somewhere in 2028. As the Alberta-wide teacher strike moves into its 4th day, the province's lockout order comes into effect this afternoon. The reality is now setting in for many people who would normally be in the classroom, and one household is being hit harder than most. Jeremy LaRose teaches high school in Vegreville, and Stephanie LaRose teaches grade 2 in Sherwood Park. The couple will have no income during the strike. They say they've known this could happen, and they tried to cut back costs throughout the summer. The union has told teachers to save a month's income just in case. If the strike lasts for 2 more weeks, Jeremy says he'll have to start looking for other work.
Much like being a teacher and my willingness to do whatever I can for my students, I'll do whatever I can for my family.
My heart breaks for not being in that classroom, not supporting these kids, not being there for the ones that struggle, and not being able to help and support.
Despite the difficulties now, the LaRoses say the strike hardship will be worth it in the end. They say many of their colleagues are in similar situations. Your Edmonton Oilers dropped the puck on the 2025-26 season last night, welcoming rivals the Calgary Flames to town. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins kicked off the festivities for the Oil, all part of a 3-point night for the assistant captain. Then things fell apart as a play between Evan Bouchard and Stuart Skinner sent this one the distance, knotted up at 3s. And sorry, folks, Nazem Kadri, he played the hero for Calgary, scoring in the shootout in the 8th round, deciding that contest. Edmonton is back in action Saturday night against Vancouver. Now, your Oilers also receiving some early season reinforcements last night. During Game 1, the team signing forward Jack Roslovic to a 1-year pact at $1.5 million last season. The 28-year-old registered 22 goals and 39 points with the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, time now to check in with Corey in the Weather Center for a look at our forecast. And Corey, I'm not quite Jack Roslovic. I didn't get a 1-year pact, and I certainly didn't get $1.5 million to join your morning this morning, but it sure does feel good to be here.
Yeah, nice to have you with us. And on such a chilly morning, you'll probably notice this morning when you step outside, you might see your breath. It is a bit on the cool side, especially in outlying areas. Let's take a look at our almanac for today. Our high, 16, 12 is our average seasonal high. Last year on this day, we were at 12 degrees. As we take a look at temperatures in and around the region, 0 in Stony Plain and at the Blatchford Station. Elk Island right now, -3 and -4 at the airport. Wind is light, which is good, so not making it feel any more chillier than it already is. Ranging from -1 in Summerside and Rio Terrace to 1 in Beverly as well as Lewis Estates. For today, our high is 16, lots of sun, wind remaining light. A very nice forecast for today. Tomorrow also looks quite nice. 3 to start, breezy tomorrow, 19, mainly sunny. And then Saturday, we've got cloud moving in. Late morning into the afternoon, we could see some showers, possibly some wet flurries. A high of 8 degrees. And that's cold air moving in for Sunday. 0 to start, 3 for a high, a bit on the windy side. And then -6 Monday morning, 4 for a high. So the end of the long weekend looking a bit on the cool side. Kim.
All right, thank you very much, Corey. And as you saw from his forecast, the cooler weather tees off. The season for city-run golf courses is coming to a close. The last day for golf, golfing at Victoria, Rundle, and Riverside is Monday, October 13th. Some golfers we spoke with say the end, it's coming too soon.
I'm very, very sad about golf coming to an end. The course has been in magnificent shape all year. Look at it. It's still perfect, and yet we have to stop. I don't know why. I don't see any snow. But you know what else I'm really going to be sad about? I'm going to miss Kevin.
I love them. That's Kevin and Rudy. They can still hang out at Victoria. The driving range will stay open, weather permitting. A local dry cleaner is helping it to step up, ensure everyone can keep warm this winter. Paige the Cleaner has taken over this year's Coats for Kids and Families donation drive after the United Way stepped back from the program. They're looking to collect clean, gently used or new winter wear of all sizes for kids and adults.
Right now, our locations are open for drop-off, so if people do have coats to donate, they can drop them at one of our 2 locations, either Edmonton or St. Albert. But there's going to be lots of other places to drop them.
A list of those drop-off locations will be updated on the company's website. The drive takes place between October 15th and November 30th. It's 10 minutes past 7. We're talking about our favorite Halloween episodes from our favorite TV shows from the past, or they could be still long-running TV shows as well. Barb mentioned, I love all the Simpsons Halloween episodes. Yes, Treehouse of Horror. You know when that was on TV. It was spooky season all the way. Fantastic pick, Barb. Sandy says the Garfield Halloween special. Always awesome, too. Yeah, a couple of people mentioned Modern Family episodes. Corey, you were saying that you loved those episodes, too, hey?
Yeah, they definitely got right into it. And when they did the haunted house at Phil and Claire's, great episode.
Ah, that was a really good episode. And period. Like, not just for Halloween, but period. Those episodes are great. Keep texting us at 10400. What are your favorite episodes from TV for Halloween time? It is also time to celebrate the spooky spirit and eerie elegance of Halloween. CTV Your Morning is on the hunt for the most hauntingly creative neighborhood displays. One lucky winner will receive a grand prize of a $500 gift card to Big Box Outlet Store. Submit your photos by going to ctvedmonton.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen. Today's entry is fantastic. This is from Devon, Alberta, and Mike K sent these in. I love these because they're wood cutouts. You obviously put the effort into it. Pirates of the Caribbean theme. You got an inflatable in the back, but then it's also, you know, the display. I don't mind inflatables, okay? I feel like I have to keep saying this because people are like, why are you hating on inflatables? I don't hate them. I'm just saying that if you just have a bunch of those, where's the effort? You know what I mean, Brendan? That's all I'm trying to say. And clearly, they put in the effort with the wood cutouts, and we love to see it, right?
Kim, glass half full. It's not that you hate the inflatables.
No.
You just show that much extra love for the time, the effort, the hand painting, and the creativity that goes into the wooden cutouts.
Yeah, and when you put them away, I mean, inflatables, they also deflate to like nothing, but when you put the wood cutouts away, you can just sandwich them together. Anyways, Mike, thank you so much for sending those in. Keep going to the website and putting in your Halloween spirit at ctvedmonton.ca. That's my piece.
Things we love to see. All right, folks, so a quick look now at traffic. 50th Street down to 1 lane for construction until the 17th. That's at 92 Ave to 93 Ave. There's a total closure for waterline installation until the 24th. That's at 131A Ave between 132 Street and 133 Street, and at 138 Street at 102 Ave to Stony Plain Road. Total closure for a sidewalk upgrade until October the 28th. Alrighty, folks, still ahead. 6 Canadians are stuck in Israel after trying to deliver aid to Gaza. And for the first time in Canada, doctors have performed a transplant with a heart that had stopped beating.
Here's a look at your Edmonton gas prices coming down from yesterday. This is just before the long weekend. Maybe it's going to hold. We'll see. The average gas cost is $1.21.4. Highest gas price $1.33. And the lowest gas price is at the Costco on 149th Street at $1.12.9. But the Costco in Leduc, $1.08.
Gas prices brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Wake up with Your Morning Edmonton. Brought to you by CIR Realty. Making real estate easy in Edmonton, Red Deer, and Central Alberta.
Welcome back, folks. Brendan Purdy in for Kent Morrison on this Thursday. As we heard at the top of this hour, Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of a peace plan for Gaza. The deal has U.S. President Donald Trump telling families of hostages that their loved ones will be coming home soon. CTV National's Jeremy Sharon joins us now. Jeremy, what do we know about this deal so far? What has been the Canadian reaction to the deal?
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of reaction, and this is a significant deal, the closest we've been so far to an end of this war between Israel and Hamas. As you've touched on, U.S. President Donald Trump putting forward this deal, confirming that both sides have agreed to at least the first phase. That includes the release of Israeli hostages being held by Hamas. There are 48 hostages still being held. Israel believes 20 of them are still alive. It's expected that that exchange of hostages will happen on Monday. And in exchange, Israel will also release some Palestinian prisoners that they have been holding in prisons, and will agree to retreat or remove themselves from parts of Gaza to an agreed upon line, and that is kind of the first stage of this ceasefire deal, or this agreement to at least release for now the hostages being held by Hamas. The Prime Minister has congratulated U.S. President Donald Trump on the role he has played in reaching this deal, as well as thanking Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey for their role in ongoing negotiations. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre also taking to social media to congratulate the U.S. President and acknowledging the significance of what is taking place. Now, again, the importance here is this is the first phase. This will result come Monday in the release of Israeli hostages. That is being celebrated, of course, by the families of some of those hostages. Palestinians are also celebrating this deal and what it means for them. But the big question is what happens next. And part of this deal, the other parts of this deal include Hamas disarming and turning over power and control of Palestine to an actual governing body. How that happens is still completely unclear. And kind of the next steps moving forward to achieve eventually a lasting ceasefire and resolution for years to come in the Middle East. Those questions still remain, and a lot of work will need to happen by U.S. officials that have helped mediate discussions here, Egyptian officials, of course, Qatari officials that continue to meet with both sides to determine what happens next. The important thing is the first stage has been agreed upon. Hostages will be released, and Israeli forces are going to retreat from parts of Gaza to an agreed upon line. But again, the big question is what happens next and where do we go from here? And there will be a lot of work still to come to an agreement on that front.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Jeremy.
Anytime.
Ottawa is calling on Israel to quickly release 6 Canadians who were on their way to Gaza on board an aid flotilla.
We are the 6 Canadian citizens aboard the Conscience. If you are seeing this video, we've been attacked at sea.
Israeli forces intercepted the Conscience flotilla yesterday morning, about 200 kilometers off the coast of Gaza. The activists are from Toronto, Montreal, and Newfoundland and Labrador. Global Affairs says it is offering help to the 6 Canadians. Canadian doctors have performed a transplant using a heart revived after the donor died and the heart stopped beating. CTV's Heather Wright has more on this breakthrough.
Nearly 1 million Canadians are living with heart failure, many waiting for a transplant that may never come.
Many of them never make it to actually get that good news, that phone call that we found a heart for you. So this will provide hope for them that there will be a heart.
That hope is care of a new procedure Dr. Syed Ali Reza Rabi performed in early September at Toronto General Hospital. A heart transplant from a donor whose heart had stopped beating. The first time this cutting-edge procedure has been performed in Canada.
The heart is warm, meaning that it's not cooled to protect it, and it is not getting oxygen or nutrients. So this is a vulnerable time for heart. So we have to take that heart out and through special techniques, preserve it, bring it back, and put it in the person and hope that the heart starts beating.
Typically, heart donations come from people who are brain dead, but oxygen is still circulating in the body and their organs are still functioning. This procedure, first pioneered in Australia a decade ago, will open the pool of possible donors, and early data suggests the outcomes are similar.
And it looks like there is no difference between the outcome of the hearts of people who've received hearts from a traditional brain dead donor versus circulatory dead donor.
Right now, who is eligible for this procedure depends on where they live, as doctors don't want the donated heart to be outside of the body for more than an hour. But there is hope as new technology becomes available. Hearts will be able to travel anywhere in Canada, saving many more lives. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
After some health challenges in recent weeks and a social media post from her sister that prompted even more concern, Dolly Parton has assured fans that she's doing okay.
There's just a lot of rumors flying around, but I figured if you heard it from me, you'd know that I was okay. And I'm not ready to die yet. Hey, Natalie.
The 79-year-old said she took a break from filming commercials to record that message. She said she'd neglected her own health during her late husband's illness, but she's receiving treatments. She recently canceled a number of performances and revealed she was dealing with conditions relating to a kidney stone.
Here is the view from the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed right or it's free. We are sitting at the 0 mark. Bit of a cool start to the morning. Some might even say cold, fair enough. At the airport, -4, so really feeling that chill this morning, and we're feeling it throughout the province. Clear sky, allowing our temperatures to really drop off anywhere from -5 in Red Deer to 2 in Slave Lake. As we take a look at sky conditions right now, clear to the north, northwest, a little bit of cloud east of Fort McMurray, but that's pushing off into Saskatchewan. A little bit of interference on the satellite, not seeing that cloud there. It is clear over the Edmonton area, and as we take a look at the future cast, clear as we go throughout the day today, this evening, and overnight period. So lots of sun, wind light. Temperature for today, a nice warm-up. Our high is 16. Average seasonal high is 12, so above that will be a little bit warmer for tomorrow. You'll want to enjoy that because this weekend, this long weekend, we do see temperatures really drop off, especially into Sunday and Monday. This is your opportunity to travel to the heart of Africa's Namum Desert and come face to trunk with desert elephants. It's an elephant story you won't soon forget. Enter for your chance to win a 4-pack of IMAX passes to elephants, Giants of the Desert at CTVEdmonton.ca. Kim.
All right, thank you very much, Corey. So if you're serving up a Thanksgiving feast this weekend, having a great wine with it can enhance the meal. Sommelier Angela Aiello is here with ideas to level up the celebration. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning to you. Happy season of being grateful.
Oh, we love that. Oh, I love the way you said that. So you're so knowledgeable. What wine region are you taking us to, and what makes it so special?
Yeah, so today we're headed to northeastern France to a gorgeous, charming village of Alsace. Really wonderful, a wine region that's been around a very long time with multi-generational winemaking families and made from grapes we know and love. We're going to be discovering Pinot Blanc and Riesling, a long history of exceptional winemaking and really wonderful wines, just like you said, to level up your hosting this season.
So what are the key notes about the wines?
Okay, so I brought forward a few for us to take a look at, available in Edmonton, including a very rare 100% Pinot Noir Cremant de Alsace. Now, Cremant is made in the exact same method as Champagne, and this Pinot Noir, oh my gosh, this Pinot Noir Cremant is just beautiful from Domaine Zinc. It's a 4th generational family. You've got red berries, you have subtle fruit. I mean, this is organic, biodynamic, hand-picked grapes. It's everything you really want in a wine.
Very nice. Wine. Yeah. And I love the label, too. Then we're moving on to the Pinot Blanc.
Yes, we have 2 wonderful Pinot Blancs here. Now, Pinot Blanc is kind of the sister grape to Pinot Grigio. So if you love Pinot Grigio, Pinot Blanc is your next grape to discover. The Gustave Laurence is from 7 generations of winemaking. It's organic, it's vegan, and they've had the same winemaker actually for 30 years, which is really an impeccable thing in the wine business. The female Hugel, which is actually really cool, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, they have the largest operating oak barrel in their vicinity, and they've been around since the 1600s. The Hugel family is a wine dynasty. So, I mean, these distinctive yellow labels really bring forth that iconic look and a wonderful wine to celebrate when you're pairing with your Thanksgiving fare. Some turkey. This is a wonderful turkey wine.
and you clearly love this family because you actually brought another Pinot Blanc from them, too.
Yes, exactly. So the Gustave Laurence and the Famille Hugel are both Pinot Blancs offering in Edmonton. And I mean, Pinot Blanc, like I said, is a Pinot Gris kind of sisterhood, a grape varietal, and wonderful for pairing. It's versatile. It's like an unoaked Chardonnay, so it's a wine you're going to love.
And then we're going to finish off with the Pierre Spar.
Yes, Riesling. I mean, everybody loves Riesling, and if you don't, you should, especially from Alsace. I mean, these notes of aromas on Riesling are just, they're perfumey, they're wonderful, they're adoring, they draw you in. A Riesling wine, dry like the Pierre Spar, is really a wonderful pairing, too, for aperitif, cheese. I mean, you could really get going into this with some baked fish as well, but really, Riesling is one of my favorite grapes, so I go on and on about it, but this Pierre Spar is really quite lovely.
Now, where can we get these wines, Angela?
Yeah, so around Edmonton, you can hop into your local shop and look for wines of Alsace, the region, or ask your sommelier. You know, there's lots of really great places that you can find these, but really level up your hosting this season with wines of Alsace with their complex terroirs and their wonderful taste profile.
Now, Angela, I'm having a very traditional turkey dinner. What would you say would pair the best with turkey here?
Yes, Pinot Blanc and Riesling are my favorite. And honestly, when it comes to pink, you can even do bagged salmon. Pick something pink like pork tenderloin too.
I like the way you think. Angela, thank you so much for all of your great knowledge. And maybe I'll take this bottle for myself and my family. Okay, how does that sound?
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Thanksgiving. For more about Alsace wines, you can visit vinsalsace.com.
And welcome into your Thursday morning. Brendan Purdy here. Just keeping the chair warm for the time being for Kent. He'll be back with you early next week. And Corey, the warm chair, kind of a treat today. Those heated seats were definitely in use on my drive into work this morning.
Yeah, a lot of people probably firing those up. It's a bit chilly to start off, especially if you parked outside. We will warm up quite nicely today. So a cold start, but lots of sun. A warmer day today than yesterday. I have those details. Your 5-day forecast coming up in about 6 minutes. Kim, what's coming up in this next half hour?
It's officially spooky season. Light your candles, wrap up in a cozy blanket. We're turning on the TV to watch our favorite Halloween episodes from shows from the past. Remember that being in a few minutes. First, the news you need to start your day. Brendan, off to you.
Alrighty, thanks for that, Kim. We're tracking the possibility of the revival of the Keystone XL pipeline. Now, sources say this was discussed between Prime Minister Carney and U.S. President Trump earlier this week. CTV's Nicole Lampa has more on this. And Nicole, what's the reaction been so far?
Well, Brendan, Premier Danielle Smith has said she's heard from U.S. counterparts who want to restart it, and Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe says it would be a tremendous opportunity.
Prime Minister, did you and Mr. Trump agree to revive the Keystone XL pipeline?
Very good discussions on a wide range of issues, and I look forward to talking to you.
That's Carney in Ottawa after Tuesday's trade talks with Trump. A source with knowledge of the discussion says reviving Keystone was mentioned in the context of more energy cooperation linked to relief on steel and aluminum tariffs. The Keystone XL pipeline was proposed in 2008 to carry oil from Alberta's oil sands to the United States. The province says if completed, it would have added $2.4 billion to Canada's GDP. U.S. President Joe Biden canceled it 4 years ago. An economist says Trump is open to reversing that decision, one that would benefit Alberta.
So if you can somehow find a way to get that pipeline capacity on board, of course, it's good for the Alberta economy. And the argument that Alberta will make to the rest of Canada is that it's good for the rest of Canada as well, which is why the hope is that the federal government would get behind supporting this.
TC Energy in Calgary started Keystone. Its pipeline spinoff South Bow says it's not privy to conversations between the governments. A spokesperson saying South Bow is supportive of efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude oil. The source with knowledge of the Keystone discussion between Carney and Trump describes it as a very initial conversation, one that Calgary MP Corey Hogan says is worth exploring. We'll hear from him in half an hour. Brendan.
All right, Nicole, thank you for that. Our Nicole Lampa live in studio for us this morning. The Premier's issued new mandate letters to the 4 ministers with healthcare portfolios earlier this year. The province began splitting up Alberta Health Services into 4 separate portfolios. The new mandates include reducing wait times, transferring non-acute patients out of hospitals, and creating more choice for preventative screenings and services. The outgoing president of the Alberta Medical Association says she doesn't have much confidence in the overhauled health system.
We've seen a system that was quite well integrated, albeit not perfect, but very well integrated, be completely dismantled. And now we have a system that nobody really knows how to maneuver. We really should only have one health minister and one mandate letter.
Our new ministries are primary and preventative health service, hospital and surgical health services, mental health and addictions, and assisted living and social services. Canada's BOLO program is taking a new approach as they update their 25 most wanted fugitives across our country, including one man wanted by Edmonton police. Volunteers dressed up as the 25 most wanted at a news conference, including 30-year-old Saeed Osman. Osman facing 2 first-degree murder charges in 2 separate shooting cases. The BOLO program's website has also been updated with top 25 fugitives' mugshots now moving using generative AI.
These fugitives, they're among us right now. So we need to give, if we ask people to be on the lookout, it's got to be user-friendly. So we're trying to make this as real as possible.
A $50,000 reward is being offered for Osman's arrest. The family of an Alberta boy missing for more than 2 weeks is refusing to give up hope. The RCMP at Crow's Nest Pass have left the area, but members of the community have picked up the search. CTV's Kathy Lee reports.
That's a huge area.
Each step deliberate, every movement purposeful. Mike Hassel scans for the faintest signs of disturbance.
I'm kind of going on pathway of least resistance, figuring, well, where the little child go.
The child he is looking for is 6-year-old Darius McDougall from Lethbridge, Alberta. He went missing while on a camping trip with his family in the Crow's Nest Pass area more than 2 weeks ago, wearing these clothes.
This is my second time out here trying to do what I can.
The area where Darius went missing is very rugged. As you can see, this is incredibly tough terrain to navigate, even for the most experienced people.
Slippery as well. And you also got other factors such as wildlife, like bears are high, so there's high chance of bears.
All reasons the public was asked to stay away while professionals combed the area. But after 11 days of searching by hundreds of volunteers from Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan, with no signs of Darius, the formal search was called off and the area reopened. Authorities say it's unlikely that Darius survived. As the RCMP continues its investigation, a community of civilian searchers grows on Facebook. Many, just like Hassel, heading out on their own.
This whole area was searched rigorously with helicopters, infrared, like the works. But it never hurts just to go over it again and just see what I can do.
And Hassel will continue to retrace more ground, steadfast in his effort to find Darius, saying he wants to bring hope, comfort, and closure to the child's family. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta.
The University of Alberta has a new state-of-the-art microscope capable of revealing the smallest details of cells, proteins, and viruses. The $8 million microscope can view molecules just 1/10,000,000th of a meter in size. Data that once took months or years to analyze can now be processed in a matter of hours. The U of A says the microscope will help researchers explore human diseases and create drugs and vaccines to combat them. Scientists at the University of Calgary want your toenail clippings for a study exploring the link between radon gas and lung cancer. Now, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer, of course, after smoking. When radon decays in the body, it leaves behind a radioactive byproduct. It can be detected in hair along with finger and toenails. Researchers say because toenails grow more slowly, they provide a better read of longer-term exposures. 40 samples from Canadians showed high levels of lead matched people living in homes with higher radon readings. New funding from the Canadian Cancer Society will expand the study to 10,000 participants across our country.
7:38, you're taking a live look through the River Valley sky camera. Pretty quiet start to the day today. Quiet and cold, some might say. A bit on the chilly side as we start off the day. Temperatures in Stony Plain, -1, -4 at the airport. Elk Island, -3 and 0 at the Blatchford station. Winds light to calm, which is good, especially now that we're seeing some temperatures below the freezing mark. Temperatures within the city ranging from -2 in Summerside to 1 in Beverly, as well as Lewis Estates. For today, although it's going to be chilly to start off, we will warm up quite nicely. 16 for a high for today. Lots of sun as we go throughout the day and wind light. Overall, a pretty decent Thursday. Tomorrow looks quite nice as well. 3 to start, so a little bit warmer in the morning. Not by a whole lot, but a touch warmer. 19, mainly sunny and a bit of a breeze. And then Saturday, we've got a change coming our way. We've got cloud in the picture. As we go throughout the late morning and afternoon, we could see some showers, possibly some wet flurries, and it'll be a bit windy. A high of only 8 degrees. We'll reach that a little bit earlier into the day. 0 to start on Sunday, 3 for a high, mostly cloudy and windy. And then Monday, -6 to start, 4 for a high. It's after the long weekend where we do start to see temperatures recover. I'll have those details, your 10-day forecast, coming up in 15 minutes. Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities endless. Today's code word is relax. Head to the contest page on ctvedmonton.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter relax with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Edmonton's $20,000 giveaway. Tune in tomorrow for another code word. Good luck. Brendan.
All right, thanks for that, Corey. Time for a quick look at a traffic update. There's a collision eastbound Fox Drive before Belgravia Road. I'll let you guys judge me if I got that pronunciation right. There's also heavy volume eastbound and westbound on the Yellowhead Trail between 121 Street and 127. There's also some heavy volume eastbound Henday Southwest from 111th Street to the QE2 Gateway Boulevard exits, Kim.
Nailed that pronunciation. Thank you very much, Brendan. We're coming up from welcoming a pup into your home to other volunteer opportunities. A look at how you can help train service dogs. Also next, classic cartoons, sitcoms, and more. We're talking our favorite Halloween television episodes and Remember That Thing. And later on, why one former Edmonton mayor says the upcoming municipal election is one of the most important in our city's history. The news you need is on the way.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basementy. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Providing fully trained service dogs to those in need is life-changing for those receiving, but also those raising them. Joining us is Lynn Spencer with Summit Service Dogs, along with puppy and training Juniper. Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's talk a little bit about Juniper. How old is she?
She's just about 10 months.
Okay, so she's still young.
She's still a baby. It takes a couple of years before they're fully trained.
Okay.
So she's got a long way to go on her journey, but she's doing really well.
When did she start her training?
About 12 weeks.
Oh, so pretty young. So almost right from the beginning.
Almost right from the beginning. They do some temperament testing to see which puppies would be a good fit for service.
Okay, and what makes her a good fit?
She's really super calm. She's a happy puppy. She really likes to engage with her world around her. She enjoys visiting with people, and she comes to work with me.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah.
Okay, and so why don't you tell us about Summit Service Dogs and the service they provide?
So Summit Service Dogs is located in Medicine Hat. They have work in Calgary and Red Deer and Edmonton as well. So we provide service dogs, fully trained service dogs for people in any area all over Alberta, Saskatchewan. One of our dogs is going to Montreal soon.
Okay.
So they do a lot of work with fully raised service dogs, which is what Juniper will become, but also with owner trained service dogs as well. So if you are interested in working with a dog of your choosing, rather than an English lab like Juniper is, then you can do some temperament testing with breeders and find out which dog would be a good fit for your family, because some people are allergic, and so this breed is not suitable for that. And so, yeah, they can do training with us for that as well.
And you need people for training?
We do. So puppy raisers are an essential part of Summit Service Dogs, and the reason that is because we need puppies to be in homes so that they get real life experiences right from the get-go. Every little thing that they encounter, from a hairdryer to a razor to a vacuum cleaner, cooking in the kitchen, doing dishes, all of those things that a service dog is going to need to be involved in, they have to have those experiences from the very beginning, or they can become, you know, a little bit averse to those experiences later on.
Fair enough. Is there any cost involved to becoming part of this?
There is not. So Summit Service Dogs will provide you with all the vet care, all the food, all the training opportunities. Occasionally there might be a small fee, like an LRT ticket to practice going on the LRT, or movie ticket if you're going to take them to the movies. But because we work with an accredited school on the Government of Alberta list, which is what Summit Service Dogs is, these dogs are able to go anywhere that the public is able to go, and that includes includes to work with their puppy raisers or to any events that they want to be able to take them to. We've gone to the Symphony, we've gone to high-end restaurants, movie theaters, all kinds of different places with them.
And after the training, what difference does a dog like this being trained have for someone's life who needs a dog?
Yeah, absolutely. So service dogs are provided for people that have a medical disability, and they're trained to do specific tasks for that person so that they can help mitigate any issues they have with that disability. It's life-altering because sometimes they just need that furry friend for the confidence boost. Sometimes they need it for some deep pressure therapy. Okay. If they are suffering from PTSD or autism, autism in particular is something that Summit Service Dogs is really passionate about. We volunteer with Autism Edmonton all the time and do lots of events with them. The Glow Festival in in December will be there. And these dogs really, for people even who don't have a service dog, they just enjoy interacting with them when we come to those events.
Okay, and you have a volunteer information evening. When is that?
That is next Thursday. Okay. It's being hosted at Fantasia Dogs, which is in West Edmonton Mall at entrance 32, and people can come talk to me, Juniper, and lots of other Summit dogs and find out how great it is to be a volunteer.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in and bringing Juniper with you.
Thanks so much for having us.
And for more information, you can find that at summitservicedogs.com.
Officially spooky season, my favorite time of the year.
You love it.
Yeah, I love cuddling up and watching scary movies. But something I really love to do is revisiting some of my favorite TV Halloween episodes, and there are so many. Cozy up, guys. Let's go back to the OG in 1966.
You heard about Fury and a Woman Scorned, haven't you? Yes, I guess I have. Well, that's nothing compared to the fury of a woman who has been cheated out of tricks or treats.
Like, you can't help but giggle at the cross arm. Oh, A Night in the Pumpkin Patch. The great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, well, he used to be on just about every year at Halloween. You see a little less of the Peanuts these days on TV. Yeah. It was huge for me as a kid. I absolutely loved this episode. I love that no matter what, there was no convincing Linus that the great pumpkin didn't exist.
Right.
Folks, I'm in my 30s. I still believe in the great pumpkin. That is my favorite part of this.
Never lose that. Never lose that magic as a kid. Yeah. My favorite Halloween episode was from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Supposed to be? My idol, Macaulay Culkin.
This one's called Hex and the Single Guy. It's the one where Hillary drags a family to a psychic for a seance to say goodbye to her fiancé, Trevor. The standout, though, of course, is Carlton's costume. Their butler, Jeffrey, was hilarious, too. A few people on the text line had mentioned Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so we're in the same boat here. A more recent episode is from Corey.
This year, I decided to really get into the spirit of Halloween. It may have been the costliest decision I've ever made.
In season 9, episode 5 of The Office, Dwight gets his head stuck in a pumpkin while trying to prank Aaron. One of the reasons I love The Office is because of all the times they played tribute to Halloween, all of the holidays they really did, and they delivered on this one.
No. A lot of people on the text line responding about their favorite episodes. Some people said Roseanne had great ones. A lot of responses for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, their heist episodes.
Okay.
A really popular one on the show. Yeah. Text us at 10400. What are the best Halloween episodes of some of your favorite TV shows? Garfield was another one that was like kind of like the Peanuts, Charlie Brown, how it was every year. And some of these shows kind of like when you watched it on TV, because now we have streaming, when you watch it on TV, it signifies it is spooky season. Yeah. It is October.
Yeah. Making me hungry for lasagna before 8 a.m.
There you go. Garfield. Keep texting us at 10400. We're back after the break. Aloha, everybody. Halloween is just a couple of weeks away, and you know how I feel about thrifting your costume rather than buying new. We're here at Goodwill with our friend Doug. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, Kim.
So why thrift your costume rather than buying, you know, those expensive prepackaged ones?
Well, it's so important to thrift your costume because you get those one-of-a-kind costumes. Like you're going to a Halloween party, you don't want to dress up like everybody else. You want to find something that's totally unique. So instead of buying the pre-bought, pre-packaged items, go out and find the shirt, find the wig, find the pants. And again, it's all going to be one of a kind because you're making it from your own imagination.
Absolutely. You're going to be the talk of the party, I'm telling you. Okay, it's 2025. What are the hot costumes for this year? Your predictions?
Well, outside of supporting the Blue Jays and getting ready for baseball season, right? Obviously, Lilo and Stitch, hit movie, Steve from Minecraft. I mean, you got your Stitch outfit.
And I put this together in 30 seconds. Imagine what I did if I had like more than a few minutes, you know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Steve from Minecraft, so the generic player. Obviously, you get into your pop culture items, right? So you have your Morgan Wallens.
Nice, yeah.
Right?
Just visited us. Yeah,
Exactly. Your Kendrick Lamars, your Sabrina Carpenters, Bad Bunny. Like, those are really big hits this year. And let's not forget Wednesday from the hit show Netflix.
Yeah, and let's not also forget K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to see so many roomies and Miras, and you know the deal, you know?
Oh, my daughter can recite that off by heart. So, yes, K-pop Demon Hunters, #1.
Your daughter and I have that in common. What is the importance of thrifting secondhand shopping?
It's so important because of the sustainability factor. We're not sending more items to the landfill. We're really big on that. And not only when you shop at secondhand places like Goodwill, you're also supporting our mission of helping people with disabilities to find meaningful employment.
Right on. Doug, thank you so much. Or should I say Morgan Wallen? Thank you very much. Get him, cowboy. If you want more information on Goodwill, head to the website below.
7:57, you're taking a live look through the River Valley Skycam at a clear sky right now over the west side of the River Valley. What you can't see is the temperature. It is chilly out there. A very cool start this morning. We've been talking about it. We knew it was coming, but still a little bit of a shock to the system when you step outside, sitting at the freezing mark. At the airport, -4, so even colder in outlying areas. As we take a look at temperatures across the province, ranging anywhere from -5 in Red Deer to 2 in Slave Lake. Forecast for us here in Edmonton today, 16 for a high, lots of sun, wind light. Overall, a pretty nice Thursday. Tomorrow, touch warmer at 19, mainly sunny and a bit of a breeze. And then Saturday, windy, mostly cloudy. Late morning into the afternoon, we could see some showers, possibly some wet flurries. And that's all ahead of colder air for Sunday. Sunday starting off at the freezing mark, windy still, and then 3 for a high. As we get into Monday, not much of a recovery, only looking for a high of 4 and -6 to start. As we go throughout next week, it's a short week. By the time we get into Thursday and Friday, we'll see a little bit of a recovery with temperatures getting back to seasonal temperature.
Milestones, brought to you by Coolman's Flower Shop. Colorful, fresh designs for any occasion.
Wishing this little cutie, Mila, a happy first birthday. Love, Mommy and Daddy.
So cute. And a belated happy 80th birthday to Ray. Ooh, that is a big one.
Nice.
Love from your family and all of us here at Your Morning Edmonton.
Submit your milestone at ctvedmonton.ca under Your Morning. You could win a $100 gift card to Coolman's Greenhouse, which we draw for every week.
My morning mystery time, it's a cheese, and this cheese can be made from cow, sheep, or even goat milk. It has a type of fungus added to it called penicillium. Popular varieties include Gorgonzola, Stilton, and Danish Blue. Did you get it? It's one stinker. Blue cheese. Kim and Brandon, both fans of this. Me, not so much. I would just, nothing that strong of a smell on my charcuterie board. The news you need to start your day begins right now.
All righty, folks, it's Thursday, October 9th. Reaching a deal, Israel and Hamas agree to the first phase of President Trump's peace plan.
Of course, it's good for the Alberta economy, and the argument that Alberta will make to the rest of Canada is that it's good for the rest of Canada as well.
Plus, a potential pipeline, Prime Minister Carney and President Trump discussed the possible revival of the Keystone XL pipeline. And it's game time. Puck drop in Edmonton. The Oilers kick off their 2025-26 season against the Flames. Your morning starts right now. Good morning and welcome into your Thursday morning, Edmonton. I'm Brendan Purdy, keeping Kent's seat warm for the next couple of mornings. Appreciate you stopping by. Breaking news this hour, EPS homicide detectives say they've started a search in the Carrot Creek area in connection to the Samuel Bird case, who's presumed dead. We'll hear from one of the detectives in the case at noon today. Also developing news this morning, Prime Minister Mark Carney is praising a peace deal between Israel and Hamas.
The next 48 hours are crucial. We urge the parties, particularly Hamas, to follow through, release all the hostages, and including the deceased hostages. The President and I discussed in the White House how Canada can support this process. We are supporting with humanitarian aid. There's other mechanisms that we can do to support it.
From Tel Aviv to the Gaza Strip, celebrations are underway across the region. The agreement paves the way for a pause in fighting and the release of the remaining hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. It comes days after the 2-year anniversary of the October 7th attack by Hamas. The peace plan was advanced by U.S. President Trump, who says the release of the hostages will likely take place next week.
We'll be involved in it, but the big thing is hostages are going to be released. It's probably our time would be probably Monday, and you know they're a terrible situation. They're deep in the earth.
Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister says she welcomes the agreement while also calling for immediate and unimpeded humanitarian aid in Gaza. Now here at home, we're getting reaction to the possibility of the revival of the Keystone XL pipeline. Sources say Prime Minister Mark Carney pitched the idea to U.S. President Donald Trump earlier this week. Our Nicole Lampa has more on this, and Nicole, former Alberta Premier Jason Kenney is weighing in. What does he have to say?
Brendan, Alberta invested more than $1 billion in the project when Kenney was the UCP leader. On social media, he says a lot of work has already been done, including 400 kilometers of pipe between the Alberta, Saskatchewan and Montana borders. He went on to praise Prime Minister Carney's efforts.
Prime Minister, did you and Mr. Trump agree to revive the Keystone XL pipeline?
Very good discussions on a wide range of issues, and I look forward to talking to Parliament.
That's Carney in Ottawa after Tuesday's trade talks with Trump. A source with knowledge of the discussion says reviving Keystone was mentioned in the context of more energy cooperation linked to relief on steel and aluminum tariffs. The Keystone XL pipeline was proposed in 2008 to carry oil from Alberta's oil sands to the United States. The province says if completed, it would have added $2.4 billion to Canada's GDP. U.S. President Joe Biden canceled it 4 years ago. An economist says Trump is open to reversing that decision. Here's reaction from the Liberal MP from Calgary.
It could be another one of the levers that increases North American energy security, and so it certainly warrants exploring.
TC Energy in Calgary started Keystone. Its pipeline spinoff Southbow says it's not privy to conversations between the governments. A spokesperson saying Southbow is supportive of efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude oil. The source with knowledge of the Keystone discussion between Carney and Trump describes it as a very initial conversation. Premier Danielle Smith was asked about this while in Toronto yesterday. We'll have her response at 8:30. Brendan.
Thank you for that, Nicole. Our Nicole Lampa live for us in studio this morning. One of Edmonton's former mayors says he believes an incoming council needs to set a clear direction for the city and show decisive leadership.
I think this is a very crucial election. I mean, I think we're floundering. I think our city's got problems that aren't being coped properly with, and we need people at the helm can do the kind of things and make the kind of changes and include the kind of people to make a difference in the future of our city.
Stephen Mandel was Edmonton's mayor from 2004 to 2013. He oversaw the deal to build a downtown arena, which was controversial for the amount of money that the city put into the project. Mandel says the downtown is an area that continues to be a problem for the city. He says the incoming council needs to build better relationships with groups like the police and the province. Well, your Edmonton Oilers dropped the puck on their 2025-26 season last night, welcoming their arch rivals, the Calgary Flames, to town. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins opening up the scoring for the Oilers, part of a three-point night, including an assist on Leon Draisaitl's 400th. However, a third period misplay between Bouchard and Skinner, as you can see right there, got this game tied up. And sorry, Oilers Nation, Nazem Kadri, he iced it there in the 8th round of the shootout. Flames down the Oil 4-3. Edmonton back in action Saturday against the Canucks. The Oilers also received a bit of early season reinforcement last night, and heck, they came in the midst of the game. The team has signed forward Jack Roslovic to a one-year pact. It's worth $1.5 million. Some additional offense from the bottom six as last season. The 28-year-old registered 22 goals to go with 39 points with the Carolina Hurricanes. Time now to bring in Corey for a look at the forecast. It was a chilly start this morning. It's kind of a chilly one for the Oilers. They're back in action Saturday, and things not getting any nicer outside. So you might want to bundle up on your way to the Roger.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be cool on the weekend. For today, we'll warm up quite nicely, though, as we get into the afternoon. Above seasonal for today, but it's a bit cold to start off. I would say chilly, some would say cold, fair enough. 16 for a high for today. Average seasonal high is 12. We're starting off at 0 right now. Average seasonal low is 1. We could still lose a degree. We have seen some temperatures drop in the region. But again, we are at 0 right now. Wind is light, so good for that. Not adding any more of a chill. At the airport, temperature there, still -4. So starting off quite chilly as we go throughout the day, warming up quite nicely. 16 for a high, and lots of sun as we go throughout the day. We won't see any cloud here in the city. Wind pretty light as we go throughout this Thursday. For tomorrow, 3 to start, 19 for a high, mainly sunny. Bit breezy, we're bringing in the warm air, and then Saturday, that's where we see a change. We've got cloud. We might see a little bit of sun breakthrough in the morning, but then mostly cloudy. Late morning, afternoon, chance of showers, possibly some wet flurries. Temperature-wise, only a high of 8, and then it gets colder after that. I'll have those details. The rest of your long weekend forecast coming up a little bit later on. Kim.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Corey. A local dry cleaner is stepping up to help ensure everyone can keep warm this winter. Paige the Cleaner has taken over this year's Coats for Kids and Families donation drive after the United Way stepped back from the program. They're looking to collect clean, gently used, or new winter wear of all sizes for kids and adults.
Right now, our locations are open for drop-off, so if people do have coats to donate, they can drop them at one of our 2 locations, either Edmonton or St. Albert, but there's going to be lots of other places to drop them.
A list of those drop-off locations will be updated on the company's website. The drive takes place between October 15th and November 30th. All right, we're coming up on 8:10 now for Remember That Thing on Throwback Thursdays. We're talking about your favorite Halloween episodes from TV shows. Now, this is technically, because somebody texted out to 10400, this is technically not a TV show or an episode, but it was on TV every single year. This is the Disney movie from 1949, Ichabod, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So this was a Disney production that would be on TV all the... Do you remember this one, Brendan?
Ichabod Crane. As soon as that came up, I just had chills shoot up my spine.
I know.
I remember having nightmares as a kid from the Headless Horseman. Also, I believe it's like the tavern scene. He's pouring like an absurd amount of salt on like one single olive.
Yeah.
I might be really rusty in remembering that, but I do remember the Headless Horseman. That freaked me out, folks. There's no lying.
And I bet everybody would agree with you for the text line, anybody who watched it growing up. Maybe you were too young to watch that at the time, and that's actually the topic of next week's Remember That Thing. What is something that your parents let you watch it, you probably shouldn't have at 5 or 6 years old, you know? So we're staying with the Halloween theme, but thank you everybody for your text.
Save that one for Kent. I'm too soft for that one.
Okay,
that's too scary for me.
Fair enough, fair enough.
All right, folks, time now for a look at traffic. A collision cleared in the eastbound Fox Drive before Belgravia Road, and there is a new collision westbound on the White Mud, on the Rainbow Valley Bridge, and heavy volume on eastbound Henday Southwest from 111th Street to the QE2 Gateway Boulevard exits. Now still ahead, jubilation for Jays fans as the team takes a step closer to the World Series.
Here's a look at your Edmonton gas prices coming down, which is a bonus since we're heading towards a long weekend. Average gas cost is $1.21.4. Highest gas price $1.33. Lowest gas price, you can find that at the Costco on 149th Street at $1.12.9. But the Costco in Leduc is selling gas at $1.09.
Gas prices brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Welcome back, everybody. Brendan Purdy here. Holding things down for Kent while he is on a well-deserved vacation. He'll be back with you early next week. Ottawa is calling on Israel to quickly release 6 Canadians who are on their way to Gaza on board an aid flotilla.
We are the 6 Canadian citizens aboard the Conscience. If you are seeing this video, we've been attacked at sea.
Israeli forces intercepted the Conscience flotilla yesterday morning about 200 kilometers off the coast of Gaza. The activists are from Toronto, Montreal, Newfoundland, and Labrador. Global Affairs says it's offering help to the 6 Canadians. With trade tensions rising, pressure is mounting on the Liberal government to deliver results for Canadians. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre slammed the Prime Minister during a heated question period.
The Prime Minister promised the President that he would increase Canadian investment in the U.S. by $1 trillion if he gets the agreement that he expects to get. Mr. Speaker, in exchange for $1 trillion of job losses in Canada, will he at least get an end to the U.S. auto tariffs?
The Prime Minister returned from Washington after meeting U.S. President Trump with no deal on tariffs. Carney is facing pressure from Canadians to secure a final agreement with the U.S. as Canadian steel, aluminum, and auto workers still face heavy tariffs. With tariffs sticking around, Nano's research says the majority of Canadians think boycotting American goods or travel is actually helpful. According to a new poll, 4 in 5 Canadians believe boycotting U.S.-made goods or avoiding travel to the United States could help strengthen Canada's bargaining position with Washington. Fewer than 1 in 5, or 18%, said they believe it would not be helpful or somewhat helpful. Older Canadians were more likely to support the idea. Among those 55 and older, 85% said a boycott would boost Canada's hand, compared with 74% of those 35 to 54. Well, folks, the Blue Jays are headed back to the American League Championship Series for the first time in just under a decade after closing out the New York Yankees last night.
Lucas shoots one into center field. He's come through. Clement to score. Jimenez right behind him.
Oh, Nathan Lucas, he spent nearly a decade riding the bus in minor league ball. He has the big hit driving in the winning runs in the top of 7. Jays bullpen, they held the powerful Yankees lineup to just 2 runs. And there you can see closer Jeff Hoffman striking out Cody Bellinger to seal the 5-2 win. Vladdy was pumped.
Yankee lose. The Yankee lose. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Oh, the Yankees lose. The Jays win. Game 1 of the ALCS goes Sunday in Toronto against the winner of the other series. That's either Detroit or Seattle.
Today we're at Goodwill celebrating all things Halloween, but also this month is a very special month. It is Disability Employment Awareness Month, and I'm with Doug Roxburgh. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning.
So tell me what's going on Halloween for you guys. It's a very special day.
Yeah, very special day. It's happening on October 19th. It's Accessible Halloween, or Tree Accessibility.
Okay.
And it's happening in Summerside from 1:30 to 4:30, and basically it gives an opportunity for everyone who has mobility issues to celebrate Halloween in the proper fashion, because you know how we have houses with stairs. Well, this takes away that in Summerside, and we'll be handing out treats.
Very nice.
Which is awesome, right? So we're not benefiting it at all. This is a great organization. It's Canada-wide, and we're just there to celebrate in all things accessibility, because that's what we do as an organization in terms of employment for people with disabilities. So we just want to celebrate with all the kids and hand out some candy.
This is going to be such a great night, and it's so great for you guys to do this. But let's expand more on that, because Goodwill has always been about employing people with disabilities. How important is that mandate to you?
It's very important. As an organization, about 21% of our workforce has a self-disclosed disability. That doesn't include a barrier to employment, and that could be English as a second language. We also partner with private organizations right across the province, and we provide those supports, whether it's training, interview skills, or even working with employers to put in the proper procedures to help people to have that accessibility at the workplace. So extremely important for our community.
Once again, really quickly, all the details about the event at Summerside so people can participate.
It's happening October 19th in Summerside from 1:30 to 4:30, and make sure you get your candy.
Right on. Trick or treat. I want the M&Ms, by the way.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Find really cool trick-or-treat buckets, too, at Goodwill. If you want more information, head to the website below. A little stingy. How about another one?
Okay, you get another one.
8:21, here's the view from the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace, fixed rider, it's free, sitting at 0. Look at that, clear skies we start off the day today. It's chilly, but at least we've got a lot of sun, and it is going to be sunny throughout the day, and we will warm up quite nicely. There are some other temperatures that are colder than us. Red Deer -5, Grand Prairie -4, and Peace River -3. So a chilly start throughout much of the province. At this point, Slave Lake looks like the warm start at 2 degrees. Fairly clear in the north. We are seeing just a little interference on the satellite there. That is not real cloud cover right now. But what we're seeing is clear sky throughout the province. It's going to be clear as we go throughout the day and through the evening. And then lots of sun as we start off tomorrow with a little bit of cloud coming in later into tomorrow. Temperature for today, 16 for a high. Again, sunny, wind light, a pretty nice Thursday forecast. Tomorrow, slightly warmer in the morning, warmer into the afternoon, and then we have a big change coming our way for the weekend. I'll have details on that. I have your 5-day forecast next time we chat weather. Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities, endless. Today's code word is relax. Head to the contest page on CTV Edmonton.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter relax with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Edmonton's $20,000 giveaway. Tune in tomorrow for another code word. Good luck.
Hello there, Kara Waglin inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are taking you to the Bronx. Jays Yankees Game 4, Dalton Varsho pops one up down the left field line. Cody Bellinger has got a beat on it. And he goes all the way across. The sliding grab, an amazing catch from Bellinger. And it was landing in fair territory, too. That saved at least one run. Didn't help them in the series as the Jays would go on to win and clinch the divisional round. But it is your must-see moment from Wednesday. And come to now on TSN, we got a little Thursday night football for you. We have the Eagles and Giants in action. Pregame for that one gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
TSN Must-See Moment, brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Thanksgiving weekend is almost here, and for anyone who wants to experience all the flavors without all the work, we've got you covered. Food and lifestyle expert Pei Chen is here to share her favorite time-saving Thanksgiving treats. Good morning, Pei. Thanks for ordering in for us this morning.
You're welcome. I wanted you to know what you could enjoy over this next weekend, and of course, like into the fall and as we head into the holiday season as well. So as you mentioned, not everyone wants to do or is going to participate in a huge Thanksgiving feast, for example. I always enjoy being a little bit Thanksgiving adjacent, which is I just love turkey. So if you're not going to do the whole Thanksgiving feast this weekend, still many ways that you can indulge. Firehouse Subs, of course, is known for their hot and hearty subs, and they had a limited time offer of a Thanksgiving turkey sub, which went viral. But they have other subs with turkey and all kinds of other great ingredients that you can enjoy anytime, including like the hook and ladder, which is a smoked turkey breast, honey ham, melted Monterey Jack, top of lettuce, tomato, and onion. Another option would be the brisket hat trick, for example. That's if you can't maybe decide which meat that you want to have. So you can have your beef brisket, you can have your turkey, you can have your honey ham, and melted cheddar, and a sweet and tangy barbecue slaw. And it's just absolutely delicious. So options for the whole family to enjoy. And again, you know, at Firehouse Subs, which has been in Canada since 2015, and definitely known for their generous portion. So a great way that you can still indulge for the whole family and just make it really easy.
Love the hot sauce bar they have for us too, which is great. Now, like I said, you ordered in for us. We have some of the subs here this morning to kick off Thanksgiving weekend. Can you tell us about the connection to Canadian first responders?
Yeah, absolutely. So Firehouse Subs was actually started by two brothers who are former firefighters, and they've continued to support Canadian first responders and public safety organizations in Canada. So they've actually donated over $5 million to public safety organizations in the country through their Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation of Canada. And I'm really glad that you also get to enjoy today. You get to enjoy the hook and ladder sub that I mentioned, as well as the brisket hat trick.
They smell so yummy. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't bite on air just because my lipstick would get all over it. But believe me,
understandable.
After the show, I'm going to be mowing down. Now, we can't forget dessert. After we've had these subs, can you recommend anything for people who love baked goods but would like an easy option?
Absolutely. So, I mean, today I want to talk about like low lift, low effort. Maison Orphée has just launched across Canada their ready-to-bake mixes. Now, these are fabulous and so easy for weeknights or last-minute guests, especially as we head into like holidays and family get-togethers. Now, Maison Orphée is known for, of course, their quality oils, pantry essentials, and condiments. And they've been a company based out of Quebec City for over 40 years. So you've got sweet and savory options, and what I love is that you can customize it as well. You can add your favorite mix-ins or add-ins. There you can see the chocolate cake, which I baked into a loaf pan. You can do muffins if you want. They've got focaccia, carrot cake, lots of like wonderful, delicious options. And also they use quality ingredients. So you're going to find, for example, some sprouted grains, super seeds in there as well. So just quick, easy prep. And all you have to do is just open up the package, and it just requires a few pantry essentials like milk, you know, oil like Maison Orphée oil, some eggs. So it comes together really quickly. Also great if you've got kids in the family that like to experiment with a little bit of baking. You can have like your fresh baked goodies for, you know, your any weeknight dinner that you have with the family. And I also want to mention too that you can find them at Safeway or MaisonOrphée.com. They are brand new, so enjoy this season.
Excellent. Pei, once again, thank you so much for your kind and giving soul for Thanksgiving. I'm going to mow down on these subs right after the show. For more food and lifestyle ideas, you can visit peichen.com.
Your Morning Edmonton's Kitchen, provided by Trail Appliances and KitchenAid.
Welcome back to the show. Good morning, and thanks for stopping by your morning on this Thursday morning. Brendan Purdy here, just keeping the seat warm for Kent until he is back early next week. And having a warm seat pretty nice this morning, Corey, as we were waking up to a chilly start really right across northern Alberta.
Yeah, that's right. And if you are parked outside today, maybe needing the seat warmer, it is a bit on the chilly side. We're sitting at 0 here in the city, -4 at the airport. So cool start. But the nice thing is, it's clear sky. We're going to have a lot of sun as we go throughout the day, and it's going to be warmer than the last couple. I have your forecast coming up, your 5-day in about 6 minutes. Kim, what's happening in this last half hour?
Great Scott, Kate Breton, man, is taking us back to the future, showing how he turned an old car into his own rendition of the DeLorean. We'll take a look in a few minutes. First, the news you need to start your day. Brendan, off to you.
Thank you for that, Kim. Breaking news this hour, EPS homicide detectives say they're searching an area about 160 kilometers west of our city for a missing teen who's presumed dead. Police are looking in the Carrot Creek area in connection to the Samuel Bird case. Officers believe the teen, who's been missing for 4 months, was killed. Last week, investigators said Bird's body was likely disposed of in an area 150 kilometers west of Edmonton. Police have conducted 3 searches already in that that area. Officers will provide an update on the Carrot Creek search around noon. For the latest information, go to our website at ctvnewsedmonton.ca. We're also tracking reaction this morning to the potential revival of the Keystone pipeline. Now, sources say Prime Minister Carney made the proposal earlier this week when talking to U.S. President Donald Trump. CTV's Nicole Lampa has a reaction to this. And Nicole, has Premier Danielle Smith weighed in yet?
Brendan Smith says Trump is interested in seeing a reboot of Keystone, and she's pleased to see it's elevated in the discussion, saying she's been pushing Carney to put it on the table. Smith says she sees this as a way of ultimately getting to a broader and complete renegotiation of the Canada-U.S. trade agreement that benefits everyone.
Prime Minister, did you and Mr. Trump agree to revive the Keystone XL pipeline?
Very good discussions on a wide range of issues, and I look forward to talking to Parliament.
That's Carney in Ottawa after Tuesday's trade talks with Trump. A source with knowledge of the discussion says reviving Keystone was mentioned in the context of more energy cooperation linked to relief on steel and aluminum tariffs. The Keystone pipeline was proposed in 2008 to carry oil from Alberta's oil sands to the United States. The province says if completed, it would have added $2.4 billion to Canada's GDP. U.S. President Joe Biden canceled it 4 years ago. Saskatchewan Premier hopes Trump and Carney reverse that decision.
That would really provide us with some tremendous opportunities to expand a number of industries, not just the oil and gas industry in Alberta and Saskatchewan, but open up some rail capacity for us in the potash industry, for us in the agricultural industry.
TC Energy in Calgary started Keystone. Its pipeline spinoff, Southbow, says it's not privy to conversations between the governments. A spokesperson saying Southbow is supportive of efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude oil. For more on this story, you can go to our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Brendan.
Thank you for that, Nicole. Our Nicole Lampa live in studio for us this morning. The Premier has issued new mandate letters to the 4 ministries with healthcare portfolios. Now, earlier this year, the province began splitting up Alberta Health Services into 4 separate portfolios. The new mandates include reducing wait times, transferring non-acute patients out of hospitals, and creating more choice for preventative services and screenings. The outgoing president of the AMA says she doesn't have much confidence in the overhauled health system.
We've seen a system that was quite well integrated, albeit not perfect, but very well integrated, be completely dismantled. And now we have a system that nobody really knows how to maneuver. We really should only have one health minister and one mandate letter.
The 4 new ministries are primary and preventative health services, hospital and surgical health services, mental health and addictions, and assisted living and social services. Canada's BOLO program is taking a new approach as they update their 25 most wanted fugitives across our country, including one man wanted by the Edmonton police. Volunteers dressed up as the 25 most wanted at a news conference, including 30-year-old Saeed Osman. Osman is facing 2 first-degree murder charges in 2 separate shooting cases. The BOLO program's website has also been updated with top 25 fugitives mugshots now moving using generative AI.
These fugitives, they're among us right now. So we need to give, if we ask people to be on the lookout, it's got to be user-friendly. So we're trying to make this as real as possible.
A $50,000 reward is being offered for Osman's arrest. The builder of the Valley Line LRT extension is celebrating a major construction milestone. The elevated portion of the line, which includes stops at the Misericordia Hospital and West Edmonton Mall, is nearing completion. Over the next few days, a large crane that's been visible in West Edmonton for quite some time will be hauled away. The city says the completion of the elevated guideway is a big milestone in the project. Construction in the area will continue over the next 2 years.
Try to see what we can do to minimize the traffic disruptions on it, but again, it won't be as significant. We're not talking about full closures of intersections like we're done this year.
The city adds it's still on track for a completion date somewhere around 2028. Now Now, the intersection on Stony Plain Road and 149th Street is finally opened again. It was partially closed to traffic in mid-August as part of the Valley Line West construction. The city says the reopening comes a week earlier than expected. The University of Alberta has a new state-of-the-art microscope capable of revealing the smallest details of cells, proteins, and viruses. The $8 million microscope can view molecules just 1/10 billionth of a meter in size. Data that once took months or years to analyze can now be processed in just a matter of hours.
This isn't just a new piece of infrastructure. It's a game changer that will fundamentally redefine the future of drug discovery and viral research in our province.
The university says the microscope will help researchers explore human diseases and create drugs and vaccines to prevent them. As cooler weather tees off, the season for city-run golf courses is coming to a close. The last day for golfing at Victoria, Rundle, and Riverside is next Monday, October 13th. Now, some golfers we spoke with say the end, it's coming too soon.
I'm very, very sad about golf coming to an end. The course has been in magnificent shape all year. Look at it. It's still perfect, and yet we have to stop. I don't know why. I don't see any snow. But you know what else I'm really going to be sad about? I'm going to miss Kevin.
Kevin and Rudy can still hang out at the Victoria driving range. It'll be staying open, weather permitting.
Yeah, and weather will be permitting today and tomorrow, and then after that, things drop off. It is going to be quite nice today and tomorrow, but then the weekend, we do see a change in the forecast. Right now, as we look outside, pretty nice to start off. Clear sky. It's a little bit chilly, though. We're sitting at -1 in Stony Plain, -4 at the airport, -2 Elk Island, and 0 at the Blatchford station. The nice thing is winds are light to calm, so not adding much more of a chill. Temperatures within the city ranging from -1 in Summerside and Rio Terrace to 2 in Beverly. We are climbing to a high of 16 today. Lots of sun as we go throughout the day. Wind light. A pretty nice forecast, just chilly to start off. Tomorrow, a little bit better. As we start off in the morning, it'll be around 3, so still a bit cool. 19 for a high, mainly sunny and breezy. And then Saturday's where we see a change. We've got a cold front coming through. We'll make it to 8 degrees. And then late morning and afternoon, we could see some showers, possibly some wet flurries, and a bit windy. And then temperatures dropping even more for Sunday. 0 to start, 3 for a high, and windy. Monday, -6 to start, 4 for a high. And then we see temperatures recover a little bit throughout next week. I will have those details, your 10-day forecast, coming up in 15 minutes. This is your opportunity to travel to the heart of Africa's Namib Desert and come face to trunk with desert elephants. It's an elephant story you won't soon forget. Enter for your chance to win a 4-pack of IMAX passes to elephants. Giants of the Desert at ctvedmonton.ca. Brendan.
Thank you for that, Corey. Time now to check in on your traffic board in the city as you make your way out the door to work. The westbound White Mud Drive on Rainbow Valley Bridge collision has been cleared. However, heavy volume northbound 111th Street from Henday to Saddleback Road. Also some heavy volume eastbound and westbound on the Yellowhead from St. Albert Trail to 121 Street.
Oh, you know, it's my favorite time of year. It's spooky season, and we are celebrating with our good friends at Goodwill. I am joined by Doug. And Doug, you know, I've already kind of decorated for Halloween, but my trip to Goodwill is always a good setup. You guys always have some great things here. What kind of things can we thrift for decorations for Halloween?
Decor is probably the most prestigious item you can find for Halloween because it's the entryway. When you come into your house, you want that pop. Yeah. So you can take those old brass candles, spray paint them, make them nice and black and dark and spooky. You want to scare the people as soon as they come into your house.
Absolutely. I actually learned something from one of the Goodwill girlies for last year. Get a vintage frame and then put ghosts on there, and then you have yourself a spooky art gallery on the wall. Just an idea out of thousands of ideas that we have here at Goodwill. Last year you partnered up with the Edmonton Elks, and how did that go?
It went so well that we're running it back. We're doing it again this year. October 24th is the spooktacular game against the dreaded Calgary Stampeders. So everyone's going to dress up in their Halloween costume. But not only that is we're partnering with the Edmonton Elks Wives, and we're going to seek donations prior to the game. And all the donations will actually go help support Windhouse here in Edmonton as well. So there's a couple of partnerships happening throughout that game that we're really excited about, and that's why I went from baseball to hockey to football for my Halloween costume.
Right. You're covering all the sports here and all the good merch from Goodwill too on these jerseys. That's amazing. So what can we do at the event?
Basically, we want you to come dress up in your spookiest costume because there's going to be some great prizes, but we also want you to donate to help support Windhouse because it's such a great cause here in Edmonton.
That's right. Decor, we got costumes. I myself dressed up as Lilo and Stitch for this year, and I found this in within 30 seconds here at Goodwill. There's so many endless costume options. Head to Goodwill for decor and costumes and go to the website below for more information. Thanks, Doug.
Thanks.
Wake up with your morning Edmonton. Brought to you by CIR Realty. Making real estate easy in Edmonton, Red Deer, and Central Alberta.
Well, fall is generally the start of flu season, so getting ahead of it could help you avoid illness. Shannon Sanga, Pharmacy Zone Manager at London Drugs, is here with some preventative advice. Good morning.
Good morning, Corey.
So why don't we start off with the flu shot? When is the best time to get it?
Yeah, great question for sure. So the ideal time is definitely early in the flu season, typically around late October to early mid-November. The public flu or influenza campaign this year begins October 20th in Alberta. So immunity does take about 10 to 14 days to actually develop. So getting vaccinated before peak flu activity gives you the best potential for protection. So Alberta residents aged 5 and over are eligible for the public flu vaccine at pharmacies. Most pharmacies will prefer appointments for sure, but we'll also likely be accepting walk-ins. So just check with your personal pharmacy to confirm what works best for them to get you in the fastest. And
the next one, there may be some confusion around it, but what about COVID vaccines? Can we get them at pharmacies this year?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different this year compared to previous. So public or COVID vaccines at no charge for Alberta residents will only be available at Alberta Health Services public health centers this year. You can visit their website, www.alberta.ca/COVID, or call HealthLink 811 to determine eligibility or, book an appointment for that. Pharmacies will still have some private pay COVID vaccines available, and some private insurance plans actually may help cover some of the cost, if not all of it. So I'd recommend checking with your insurance provider or your pharmacist for more information for your specific case for sure.
Good to know. Now, is it okay to get a vaccine when we're feeling maybe a little bit sick or we have allergies?
If you have, moderate or severe illness like a sore throat or fever, it's probably best to wait a little bit, at least until you're feeling better. In terms of allergies, most allergies, including egg allergies, don't actually prevent you from getting the flu shot. You can check with your doctor or your pharmacist giving you your vaccine if other allergies you have may be of concern. But yeah, I know a lot of people worry about, I'm allergic to eggs because a lot of flu shots and stuff they actually manufacture using eggs. It's not a concern.
Okay, and when should we see a doctor if we're feeling sick instead of just treating flu or COVID symptoms at home?
Yeah, so many respiratory infections, I'd say, last for about 7 to 10 days and standardly clear up on their own. I'd recommend seeing a doctor if you have symptoms that are a little bit more severe, so things that are lasting more than 10 days or worsening over time. If you have any trouble breathing, chest pain, or high fevers that just won't break, you should probably seek medical attention. Seniors, young children, and people with chronic conditions are definitely more at risk, so you want to be extra cautious with them. If you have more moderate symptoms, you should probably, just stay home from school or work and get some rest, just so you're not making other people around you sick as well. You can talk to your pharmacist about medications that could help ease those symptoms in the meantime, for sure. But yeah, you just want to take those extra precautions around this time of year.
For sure. And do you have any other reminders to stay healthy this fall and winter?
Yeah, I think a lot of it, again, is stuff that we've heard over and over the past several years. So making sure, to prevent your risk of respiratory infections, you're getting your vaccines, plus, washing your hands, hand sanitizing if you're going to be touching high touch point objects, things like doorknobs, handrails, that kind of thing. But practicing social distancing is always a good idea, trying to keep 3 meters away or avoiding your exposure in high crowded spaces. And then some of this stuff, again, is basic, but quite often gets overlooked. So, making sure you're getting lots of sleep. And then even though we are coming into the holiday season and there's going to be a lot of food coming around, making sure you're trying to eat as healthy as possible and making sure that you can get some exercise where possible as well, just to try to help maintain your health where you can.
Perfect. Shannon, thank you so much for this information and advice this morning.
Thanks, Corey.
For more pharmacy information, visit londondrugs.com. And as a reminder, please talk to your healthcare provider before making any healthcare decisions or for guidance about a specific medical condition. Still ahead, one Canadian man and his kids' creativity will take you back to the future.
I remember going to the theater with my father, and I just didn't think I'd be building one and put in my front yard years later.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
8:52, you're taking a live look at downtown Edmonton under blue sky. Nice clear start to the day, but that clear start has meant a chilly start to the morning. We're starting off at 0 here in the city. The airport -4, so some cool temperatures in and around the region, but we are warming up quite nicely as we go throughout the day today. 16 for a high, wind light, lots of sun. Tomorrow we'll start off at 3, so still a bit cool, but a little bit better than this morning. 19 for tomorrow, mainly sunny and breezy. Windy on Saturday. We make it to 8, but then late morning and afternoon, could see some showers, possibly some wet flurries. And that's ahead of a cold front moving through. And with that on Sunday, our temperature only coming up to a high of 3. Windy on Sunday, mostly cloudy. And then Monday, -6 to start, 4 for a high and mainly sunny. Next week, it's like a short work week, which is nice once we get towards the end of it. Thursday, Friday, highs of around 11, which is closer to average seasonal high. But after today and tomorrow, a couple nice warm days, we do see a bit of a change. And it's going to feel cold, especially on Sunday and Monday. Brennan.
Thank you for that, Corey. 30 paintings by Bob Ross are set to be auctioned to support public television stations. The auction will start next month with 3 paintings, and other auctions will follow. All profits will help public TV stations with licensing fees for the popular programs, including The Best of Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. The president of Bob Ross, Inc. says the auction will continue Ross's legacy of supporting public television. Kate Bretman is taking us back to the future, showing how he turned an old car into his own rendition of the movie's famous vehicle. CTV's Ryan McDonald has more.
It's a vehicle that doesn't just make you feel nostalgic, it almost seems like it could quite literally take you back in time.
My little fellas and I just one day said, let's do something fun for Halloween.
The plan was to do the best they could to recreate the time-traveling DeLorean from the Back to the Future movies. A few years ago, John Nolan of Catalone, Nova Scotia, purchased this old Pontiac Fiero.
Like the DeLorean, it's kind of got the same shape, same appeal. It's a 2-seater, rear-mounted engine.
Then he and his young sons got to work, giving it a new aluminum paint job and decorating it with whatever they could find in thrift stores and at the curbs during the annual heavy garbage pickup.
And just made a little collection, put it all together, put it out by the road, and it was a big hit. Lots of people stopped, a lot of smiles. It looked really cool at night when we lit it up.
Not only does it look ready for liftoff after dark, but it has all the bells and whistles that any time traveler might need.
We had to make that because no time machine is complete without its hoverboard. And we just used an old snowboard. My little fellas painted that.
Now, here's a fun fact. While the original Back to the Future movie came out in 1985 and the controls inside the DeLorean were set for that same year, I asked how old this old Pontiac Fiero happens to be. Turns out, it's a 1984. Only recently, the creator of this makeshift DeLorean decided to sell it to another fan of all things retro who lives here in Membertou.
The sales pitch was I told the fellow that it was only used from time to time, so I don't think that I was stretching the truth too much with it.
In the end, it's a nice homage to a classic movie.
I remember going to the theater with my father, and I just didn't think I'd be building one and put in my front yard years later.
From 1985 to 2025, it's a journey that took this man back to the future and beyond. Ryan McDonald, CTV News on the Membertou First Nation.
Cool.
Very cool. We had a couple of weeks ago, we had the Edmonton Entertainment and Comic Expo.
Yes.
And Doc Brown was here. And a few people, I heard, decked out their cars to look like the DeLorean to drive down Jasper Ave. Which is great. Yeah,
Incredible.
very, very cool.
I didn't get to see the Doc, but I did get the Green Goblin over my shoulder. That was fun.
Nice. Very nice. Have a great day, everybody.
See you tomorrow, folks.